Right, here we go then. Spanish Grand Prix in Spain is starting soon. Well, I say soon. We're here for the warm-up. So. I need to get the standings probably. Welcome everyone in chat, by the way. I see you. Is that a chatbot that's going to update? That's interesting. Is that a chatbot from yesterday? Oh, we got it. The mods got it. Here we go. Starting positions. Love it. Oh, Albon's starting from the pits. Albon's starting from the pits. What's going on there? Boom. Okay. Let me try and restart this old chat box. Refresh. Yes, there we go. Welcome Flacker, welcome Chai, welcome Craig, welcome Seema. It's very hot here. Goodness me. I'm in the hot box. Exceedingly hot today. Okay, let me see what the weather's like in Catalonia then. Let me get it up. Spanish Grand Prix. Well, it looks sunny. So I would say at Spain, if it's going to be hot, that's going to cause havoc on the degradation potentially. Welcome down a beta. Motor components were changed for Albon. So we've got 2 Williams starting from the back then. 2 Williams from the back. And it is going to be Lando Norris starting from the front. Well, it'd be good to see Piastri work his way up to the front if he can. I'm not sure. Not sure Piastri's going to be able... I mean, obviously the McLaren has pace. We've seen that. Might having Colombian coffee. Colombia's finest there. And yeah, 45 minutes to go to the start of the race. I think, look at the Alpines. P7, P8 for the Alpines. They both scraped into Q3. But then a P7 and P8. Who do I think will win? Honestly, I think McLaren might really have the pace here. Because the car is nicely balanced. They might be able to manage the degradation. Albon had changes to his power unit. Okay. Ocon to Haas. Is that a rumour? I don't see it. I don't see Ocon to Haas. I can't see that in any way. And yeah, Perez got a penalty that's carried over from Canada, 3-place grid penalty. What about the Ferraris? How do we think the Ferraris are going to do here? Obviously, as a lifelong Tifosi, is Lando going to bottle it? Well, he has won a race now. That's pretty harsh. Perez, another race without points. You guys and girls, you just coming in for Perez here. What if Perez wins this one? Perez tyre masterclass, like the old days. Ah, I can't put the lights on today because I was moving some furniture and I turned off the internet. So, no lights on for this one. Hamilton needs this win. Well, a win here for Hamilton would be absolutely huge. See, some of the marshals are getting some caps signed by McLaren. That's because fire people, because of the fire that was in the McLaren VIP the other day. Welcome, Anaf. Good to see you again. 40% chance of rain. I was told it was meant to rain earlier Has it rained yet? Good day, Rowan. Good to see you. Hope Mick comes back to F1. Well, he's kind of Alpine, but he's also kind of Mercedes, so there's a seat available at either. You wouldn't want. He's in the best possible place. How long till race start? There are. I've lost. Everything's turned off here because the internet isn't working. By the way, look, I've got another seat behind me. Can you see? It's like in a fighter plane. I'd be the pilot and someone could be like on weapons. Susie K, hello, Kireth and chat. Looking forward to enjoying the race. It did rain a bit before F2. Okay, so it's rained a little bit. Because when I was looking just now at live pictures, it seemed very sunny. Emmanuel Gusot, do I have work experience in F1? I don't have any work experience in F1. I have no formal qualifications for motorsport. But I do a lot of stuff in motorsport, so interpret that how you wish. It's an advert for Las Vegas. Las Vegas. It might be an advert for the Las Vegas Grand Prix on Sky, but it's just people partying. There's no footage of Formula 1. Although I did go to Las Vegas last year and I did enjoy it. It can be sunny and rain, you know. Yeah, I'm just... Okay. I see you. Can be. Emmanuel, why are you there then? Well, I don't know how to put this to you, but I'm not... Where do you think I am, Emmanuel? Welcome, Robert. Gia Quintet and Brett as well. Santosh, who do you think will get a P1 today? I think... Well, I wanted to do a poll. I wanted to do a poll and I forgot to do it. To ask people who's going to get... Who's going to win. I think Lando could do it. Lance Stroll in chat. Welcome, Lance Stroll. High chance I'm going to bin it. So Lance starting all the way down in P14. Welcome, Raw Talk. Go Ricciardo and Piastri. Nano remembers watching Canadian Grand Prix live. Welcome, Christopher Rains as well. That's true. If it couldn't be sunny when it rained, you wouldn't have any rainbows. Ankle saying a Gasly win. There was massive Gasly hype yesterday. The Gasly hype was dangerously high levels. I heard Gasly for president. I heard Gasly for UN Secretary General. I heard Gasly to solve world hunger. It was big hype behind Gasly yesterday. When is the race starting? Yeah, top of the hour where you are, unless you're in India, because for some reason India's like on half a time zone. Don't understand. They need to just commit to 1 hour or the other. Santosh, I really want to see Lewis win his 8th World Championship. Well, ain't going to happen this season, but next season could be a classic season, and Lewis Hamilton is going to be in that Ferrari. Emmanuel Gossett, you have no answers to give. Well, ask a question, I'll give you an answer. Gasly for FIA president. Where do you think Sainz will go? Well, the rumours are saying Williams. But what about Mercedes? What about Mercedes for a year? What about... Well, he can't go to Red Bull now, really. What about Haas? Race starting 40 minutes. Yeah, I don't know what the time is right now. I'm afraid. I don't have that intel. Intel's not good on that. Emmanuel, I'm asking questions. Revise your civil code and stop defaming. Stop defaming? I heard that Emmanuel Gossett knows literally nothing about motorsport and is generally clueless about all things F1. That's what I heard. Now, if that's defamation... Right, cars are moving out now. Cars are doing some installation laps. The Hasses, one of the Stakes, RB Cash App, coming out the pits, doing a sort of practice start on the pit exit of Catalonia. It looks like a... Well, I'm telling you, it looks like a lovely summer's day in Catalonia. Welcome, Lucy. Hope family's well. Thanks so much. Likewise. You can go to V-Carb. What, if Ricciardo moves on? Try asking to ban someone. I don't know what's... It's all kicking off in chat today. The mods... I mean, I don't control the mods. The mods just do whatever they think is fit. It's a very flat structure here on the stream. In fact, it's almost, I would say it's inverted in a way. So all of the cars coming out now doing installation laps. Welcome, David McLean. Kireth saying Sainz to William is a cert. Odds on. Well, I've seen lots of mock-ups of him in a thing. Now, I am worried here about the standings graph because it is a bit wider than yesterday. So I might have messed this up a little bit. Hang on a second. Hang on. Have I messed this up? Do I need to sort this out? Welcome, Chris Coogan. Good to see you. Oh, it's just so good in Catalonia. They got this big new bridge as well. Don't know if anyone's seen the new bridge. Completely changes like the aesthetic of that part of the track. Right, how am I going to do this then? Just breaking into the bank there. Okay. Hopefully that's going to work. It's a bit of a crude way of doing it, but there we go. Beautiful day for races. I mean, I've got some friends over there at the moment having a great time, so I'm a little bit jealous. I don't think the headers are off. I think it's just there's another column than there was yesterday. Dave Makin is wicked. I'm watching live too. Got the multicam on as Lewis Hamilton rolls out the pits, as does the McLaren. Yeah, I've been to Catalonia quite a few times, but I've seen the Formula 1 there I think 3 times. I've seen the motorbikes there twice. I've sat all around. I've walked the whole circuit. There's a video on this channel of me walking the whole circuit and telling you about all the different corners and like how they're different to the Sims. Hamilton, it feels like the wind has picked up stronger to the weekend on the radio. Santos, who remembers Abu Dhabi GP? I remember. Last race was epic. I think today will be a stonking race too. Weather today, it looks hot, but apparently it's windy as well, so maybe the weather could be changeable. I mean, when I was there last time, it was about 40 degrees. It was really, really, really hot. Air temp. Yeah, Albon's taken a penalty. He's going to be starting low down the grid. But will there be someone in chat reporting from the track? I hope so. I hope so. If anyone's watching who's already at the track, let us know. We continued the streak. So far this season, we've had someone at the race every race. Yeah, I've just been moving some stuff around. I've been trying to clear up some stuff, throw away some stuff. And yeah, to allow me to shoot more content, basically. That's why you can see a chair behind me. Wouldn't it be weird if someone sat in that chair? And like, you're just like sitting over. 41 degrees track temp. That's not crazy high for track temp actually, is it? I think that was almost air temp last year. Gerard says RBVs might have better race pace, or everyone. I mean, yeah, look how far down the cash apps are. Basically into their overdraft. So yeah, I don't know what the time is because I'm watching the thing. Actually, I can click it. I'm being silly. It's 1:25, so about half an hour to go till the race. I think that's Verstappen leaving the grid. I mean, great place to sit, by the way. Turn 1. To see the braking there is insane. And then general admission, they do great. They've got more. Oh, they've got rid of Grandstand L. I see. So no Grandstand L, the one that went up all the way into the sky, uncovered. They've now got some more covered grandstands. It does get hot out there. It's just a great. It's such a shame it's not cheaper. But then you can go and see the bikes there for much cheaper, and you can see the Don't know which GTs go there. Maybe SRO goes there and GTs. But Formula 1, they can charge what they want at the moment. Which is kind of why we're all here. Isabel says, VCarb said they sacrificed quali yesterday for good races and the rest triple header. But I don't know what that means. Like, what? Like making a sacrificial thing? Yeah, they're losing F1. So I think it's absolutely insane that F1's going to go from here. I cannot see in any possible way how Madrid is going to be better than Catalonia for Formula 1. I don't... It's just... It might be some Spanish political thing. Who do I think is going to win? I think Lando Norris could win this one. I really do. I think he could potentially win it. I think he could. David in the house. The Magpies landed. Lewis Hamilton to win the Grand Prix. Well, you heard it here first from the Motorsport Magpie. Lewis Hamilton to win the Grand Prix. Mercedes were looking very strong in free practice. So it could happen. If I'm looking at live pictures now, it is blue skies. And I can't imagine it being anything else other than very hot. But I might be wrong. Welcome, Jack Stokes. Tsunoda in the points would be an absolutely huge race for him to get that car from where he's starting into the points, but you never know. Norris to win by 4 seconds. Chat, let's do an early nations check, because I want to know if it's the Netherlands that are just the strong crew here. Let's do it. Here we go. Nations check. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. Who could be an underdog to win? Ferraris. Is anyone really thinking about the Ferraris right now? Could it be the Ferraris? Here we go. Netherlands coming in. Netherlands, Germany. Netherlands. See? Tokelau. I don't know where that is. Croatia, Australia, Czech, UK, Kenya, USA, Australia, USA, Netherlands, Germany. Hang on. It's not going to be a run here for Netherlands. Barcelona, Thailand, Australia. It might be Australia. Scotland, Croatia, Netherlands. I think the Netherlands might still be edging it. Netherlands again. Where did I get this shirt from? I think I got it from the F1 store. You won't... Oh my goodness. I need to get this link for the giveaway. We're giving away a backpack. Hang on. We're giving away a backpack. I need to get this link. Bear with me. Bear with me. Where is the link? I'm really not very good at this. I got it. I got the link. Okay, here we go. I know you're all on tenterhooks here. Copy the link. Giveaway. It's the giveaway. So this is the Gleam link, and the entry code should be. Can one of the mods just keep an eye on keep that link sort of in play? The entry code should be Kireth Spain, so you can try and enter Kireth Spain. You can win a backpack if you live somewhere where GT Mega can send it. Pin the comment. Okay, here we go. Let's pin it for a bit. So you should be able to click that link, and the entry code should be Kireth Spain, and you can enter, and someone's going to win a backpack. And I think GT Mega they might even be giving away 2 for this one, because I didn't do it in the last race. So I've got a backpack for every race. Yeah, put your backpack emojis in if you're going to enter. So it was Gary Laster. If you see Gary Laster come in, he's the person who won the rucksack last time. Maybe he's got it already. Welcome Zoe, just joining in. Did Perez get a 3-place penalty? Yes, he did. Raymond, Trinidad, enjoying the race with some punch and sprite. Go Lewis Hamilton, all the way from Trinidad. Grapes, I will be the Latifi of chat and finish last from South Africa. No, you won't be last, because some people watch the stream from the beginning halfway through, so you'll see someone write it in about half an hour. Sam Lean's going for the backpack. Anyway, it should work. The code should be Kireth Spain, and you can enter it, and it should be somewhere there. It should be the countries that GT Omega sent it to. The last winner, Gary's in the USA. So that was all good. Mike Schmidt, good morning. Just off work, chilling in the USA. Mike Schmidt from the USA as well. Albon to win it all. I don't think Albon's going to win this race. Let's be honest. Right, the cars are on the grid now, and the drivers are out getting some last-minute stuff from their engineers. We're going to start the grid walk soon. Okay, that wasn't live, that bit that I thought was live. That was a bit from yesterday, because now I'm looking at the same presenters and they're wearing different clothes. Are you going to wear that shirt next year with a 44 in it? Maybe. Why not? That's why he's going, right? It's all about the merchandise. Lando for the win. I think Lando could win this race. Ready? Looks like the wind is 15 kph, so it's not a insignificant wind. You can see down there the ticker tape of the starting positions. Lucy's manifesting a win for Lando. Honestly, if you manifest it hard enough, it can come. You've got to really manifest it. Rodney's saying Oscar for the win. By the way, it looks like it's either going to be a 2 or a 3 stopper. People in chat are saying yesterday it could have been a 1. But either a 2 or a 3. And both 2 stoppers seem to involve the soft tyre. So it won't be... But I'd be surprised. I think you're going to see people doing medium, medium, hard, or hard, hard, medium. But Sky seem to think that people are going to use the softs. I'm not sure, but we'll see. Fitbit's going to get some snacks. Chat, has anyone been able to enter the rucksack? Has anyone in the mix? You could be walking around town with a GT Omega rucksack. Just like the coolest person in your location. Track temp saying 30 to 34 degrees on Sky's graphics. So, yeah, nice and sizzly track temp. I mean, it's not crazy hot, but... Looking at race sets here. I think what I'm seeing is that Norris, Verstappen, Leclerc and Sainz have a new soft. But Hamilton and Russell basically don't have any new softs. But I don't know how old all of their old softs are. Softs will be destroyed after 6-7 laps. Yeah, I don't get this whole like you do a 2-stop with softs. I'm not sure I buy that. I'm looking at a replay from last year where, for me, Carlos Sainz was ahead, turning in, and then if you remember, the door was shut by Verstappen. So I wonder what we're going to see here. Will we see Verstappen trying to go around the outside if he gets a good start? This could all be done by end of turn 1, by the way, because Verstappen could get ahead. It could happen like that. Dr. Carol Phillips, good to have a doctor in the chat. Lewis for the win, he's on form. Well, when he's not being manipulated. Lucy, 13, 15 laps on the softs they're predicting on a 3-stop. I think that's generous, but we'll see. Welcome, Mohammed Nafei. It's tradition now to watch down during the race. Who do you think will win? I think Norris could win this one. Chai, it says to follow people on Twitter. I don't have Twitter. I don't know if that's a mandatory thing you need to do or not. BTF Wayne, soft tyres are for getting ahead of specific drivers. Yeah, but you need to pit to take them. So, all the cars on the grid. Zach Brown's there. Getting in some photos. The Orange Army's in the grandstands. Not the Papaya Army. This is the Max Verstappen Orange Army. Nice to have you here, Dr. Carl Phillips. Nana, as a Ferrari fan, need a home win for Sainz. It would be a home win for Carlos. Home GP. Although I think he is very much a Madrista. Not a Barcelona fan. Who's going to drive the train today? I'm not sure you're going to get as much of a train here. Speaking of Barcelona players, Gerard Piqué's here. He's on track. No backpacks for Oz. Does it say not to Australia? I'd be surprised if they don't do Australia. Ah, you need to follow me. The Orange Army are having a good time in the grandstands. I mean, I've never seen fans having so much fun at Formula 1. It's great. It's great to see. Rodney says George and Lewis take each other out in the first corner. Well, maybe. Okay, grid walk is starting now. Let's see who's going to be on the grids. It's been a while since I've done one of my grid walks. Will there be a top 10 driver from the US in the next 10 years? I'd be surprised there isn't, to be honest. I'd be surprised there isn't. They've got the money. Kireth left front stop will just fall off a cliff. Good luck to the brave who try it. Maybe someone like Sergio Perez could try it. Yeah, that's what Isabel's saying. If you're a driver that you think starting a little bit out of position, maybe start on that soft tyre, get track position, and then work out a gap. But then you might need to box a little bit early and have to do it all over again. Albeit you might be on a fresher compound then. First time Sargent has qualified ahead of Albon. Look at that. The generational talent. Okay, who is... It's one of these double grid walks on Sky. They've got two presenters. And I feel like it doesn't work. You need to have one grid walker. I would say that as a solo grid walker. I feel like two is... It's not quite the vibe. Seema says Norris will need to look after his tyres. Max will push him. It almost feels like it might be inverted today, where we've seen Lando Norris been pushing and chasing down Verstappen in previous Grand Prix, and now it might be the other way around. We might see Verstappen. Is it Flavio? They're going to get a word with Flavio here. I thought Flavio was banned from all motorsport. How is Flavio... I thought Flavio was found guilty of literally manipulating a race result, causing a crash, and somehow he's now back being interviewed by Sky with open arms. Like, am I seeing this right? Do people have very short memories? Honestly, am I the only person that thinks this is weird? Do you know what I mean? Because if other teammates are like, oh, well, Flavio's back, I may as well manipulate a result here. I'll be welcome back. So if my man going to win today, I'll make a party for the whole fans in here. Briatore's ban was overturned. Was there some new evidence? Well, who was at fault then? Is it one of these faultless crimes? Seems off the laptop 5 minutes, very risky. You could everything could go down in that 5 minutes, right? Grid walkers are by the Ferrari team. Anyone here? Interesting. So this is one of the worst grid walks I've seen this season so far. They need to find the celebrities. It's a bit of a mess. Oh, they found Gerard Piquet. Monsieur Piquet. LPK. Sargent going to crash again. Well, we'll have to find out. Sargent's starting ahead of Alex Albon. How long would he stay ahead? Might be a really good battle there. Ridgeoff says Isabel Leclerc P1. Well, it'd have to be a very interesting race. David, these two are terrible at doing grid wall. I don't want to cast too much shade, but this is the worst grid walk I've ever seen. But Martin Brundle's pretty hard act to follow. But I think you need someone like a David Coulthard. You need someone like a Nico Rosberg. You need someone who these people instinctively recognise. You can't just be a presenter. It's almost embarrassing to watch this. Kireth, it's a weird one. I hate cheaters, but I have to admire the brass balls of Briatore. Everyone was doing it back then, and he just got caught. Same as today, really. We've got a realist in the chat there. Welcome, Aussie Finn. Is there any rain forecasted? People have been saying 40% chance of rain. Isabel loves the addition of Ruth Buscombe to the Sky Sports team. I don't know who Ruth Buscombe is. That sounds like it's been a good addition. I was watching Lando going through his lap yesterday. He just got a very slight toe on the home straight. That probably made the difference, actually. Because Verstappen got a toe as well, I think, from Sergio Perez. There should be no rain. Is that like you're saying there should be no rain? Chris saying rain for the win. F1 is hiring me for grid walks. Well, I do grid walks for Formula E. So I do, every time I'm at Formula E, I do grid walk videos. They're on YouTube. Obviously some iconic interviews in there. Ruth was a strategy engineer for Ferrari and Sauber. Sounds like some good insight to have. In 10 minutes we will know if rain's coming. Okay. 10-minute warning. Is there anyone else on the grid? They're not even on the grid now. They're walking down the side. You can't walk down the side. You have to go straight in the middle through the pack, I think. Nana says there's no rain. It's 28 degrees right now and it's sunny. Are you at the circuit? I mean, it does look like a baking hot day in Catalonia. KCR Simba in the house. FER Grid Awards coming soon. We hope so, Simba. Good to see you. Then if you're going to be racing later in the KCR F1 League and make an appearance. Have I still got it? Have I lost it? Did I ever have it? Braden, I checked the radar earlier and it looked clear as day. Well, I'm just letting you know what I'm seeing on the visuals and it looks very clear. 16 minutes to go, by the way, till race start. Welcome, Shashank L. Zach Brown's here. He's decided to turn up. Enes Tedonda, put it on my V-Card merchandise. Hope you can get the points. We've got a lifelong Cash App Visa RB fan in the house. Good to see. Nanobator's at the circuit. There we go. We got someone at the circuit. So you let us know if the winds feel like they're changing and the rain's coming. Kerristan's got a weather report. Weather report for the area showing 40% chance rain in the next hour and then clear until 7 p.m. 7 p.m. is not going to bother us, but 40% chance in the next hour. David says, love Shaq. He's really sorted McLaren out. Mr. Andy B, my prediction is for Lando and Max to come together for the first lap and Lewis to win. We've had a few people saying Lewis to win. The Motorsport Magpie was in earlier, said Lewis is going to win. Vina, that's good, no rain. Less excuses from Hamilton when he wins again. V-Neck, obviously a massive Lewis Hamilton fan. Welcome, Lounge, to you as well. Good luck to all drivers. What do you think of the Arrow McLaren controversy? I mean, I don't really understand IndyCar, to be honest. I'm not clued up in IndyCar. I'd love to stream IndyCar stuff. Maybe do it on Twitch. Or do it on the Motorsport channel. Oh, going under the rope. Oh, there's been a disaster here. They're meant to go around the rope. They've gone limboed into the rope. Now she's off. Good interception here. Meeting Charles Leclerc, who doesn't want to speak. Bad interception. Sergio Perez goes through as well. This must be Carlos Sainz. Any words from Carlos? Yes, some words. Otherwise that was going to be awkward. Check the hashtags. Are the hashtags all wrong? Yuki Tsunoda is so small. It's time for the anthems. So all the drivers making their way to the front for the anthems. Some of them have got umbrellas and ice packs, so it does seem to be a hot day. Nana's going to let us know about the weathers. How come in the description it says Canadian GP qualifying watchalong? Because I'm just not very competent when it comes to streaming. I just leave views on the table. Welcome, Size X. Slap that like button. Yes, indeed. 74 likes, by the way. Let's push up to 100 likes. I think we got 400 likes yesterday. I honestly think we can aim to get 1,000 likes in the stream. So if everyone hits the like button right now, I'm sure we'll push those up. We keep pushing them. I think we can aim for 1,000 likes. I genuinely think it's possible. It looks like Anthem being played by an orchestra. I don't know if the Spanish anthem is a banger or not. I can't remember. Don't know if anyone knows if it's a certified banger or not. Welcome, Mate Petrak. David McLean just slotting that like in. Who's going to win? I think Lando could win this. But we'll find out very shortly. Find out in less than, what, probably 30 minutes time. The internet's back on. Smash that like button. Yes, indeed. Absolutely destroy the like button, if you don't mind. Complete destruction of the like button. Sizek says, it's hammer time to win. Jordan saluting was here for a good race. MR10, I think Lando because I'm a big fan of him. Well, chat, let me know in the chat, who do you think is going to win? Let me know right now, who do you think is going to win the 2024 Spanish Grand Prix? I was meant to do a poll. And by the way, if you want to win a rucksack, the link is there. The link is there. So if you want to win a rucksack, the link is there. At the top. I'm going to unpin it soon. So hit that link if you want to win a rucksack. See me hit like yesterday, getting in there early. Very nice. Nicholas says Verstappen, Seema Lando, Natasha Max, Hart Palmer says Hamilton, Mark says Hamilton, Braden Piastri, Spleen Max, Isabel says Max, ZY says Max, Rodney says Oscar, Dutchline Max, DMZ Hamilton, Man with the Bucket thinks they're going to win the race. Lynn says Lewis. Lou says Lando. I'm going to sneeze. Anaf going Sergeant. Chris was saying Sergeant as well. Hang on, the Sergeant fans coming in. What about Gasly? I'm not seeing any of the Gasly hype we had yesterday. Where's all the Gasly hype gone? Black is saying Lando. Miss Slig saying Lewis. Zoe saying Checo. Chris Forhan having a chat with Danica Patrick. No reptiles spotted. Zachary is bet $100,000 on Max. That's bold. RS9 saying Norris. Size X going Stroll.
Keep your head down.
Jules, breakout race for Logan. This is it. This is the generational race. Max Verstappen looking very relaxed, I have to say. Very, very, very relaxed. Mia saying Lewis for the win. Yolanda, let us know who you're hoping is going to win today, who you think is going to win. We're just a few minutes away from race start now. Just a few minutes away from the start of the Spanish Grand Prix. And that's saying Alonso to win. That would be a hell of a result. If Fernando Alonso were to win, this is going to be one of the all-time races in history. Stop the count. Yolan saying Lando. Unvug saying Hamilton. Daniel O'Hare saying whose will be leading by turn 2? Well, we'll see. It depends if Verstappen gets a good run on the outside. Chris, if Logan wins this, I quit watching all sports. There's big stuff on the line here as Lando is putting his helmet on. Zach Brown's holding the umbrella for him. It's been ages since I put my helmet on, to be honest. I haven't done enough racing recently. At all. That's why I was so glad I was able to win that championship last year. Get over the line. Isabel says Fernando said Aston Martin made a step back. That's the opposite direction they're meant to be going. Phoenix loves the hamster fanboys. Golden thinks I think Hamilton should get a win. It's been a while, so a lot of Hamilton fans in chat here. Try it with the latest weather, 23 degrees. Is that air temp? Track temp 41. So it's actually not super hot air temp, I've got to be honest. Maybe there's a nice breeze as well. Punk wants to know how to watch in Texas. I've no idea, my friend. Phoenix saying Hamilton due a win. So really supporting Hamilton there. We're just a couple of minutes away, everyone. Will the race be manipulated? 23 degrees air temp, that's Celsius. I don't know what it is in freedom units. Zachary Hex hoping Lewis wins. Even though you got 100 grand on Max. Going for the reverse psychology on the bet. Could work. Could be the strat. What time the race starts? 7 minutes. 7 minutes till race start. So we're close. Very, very, very close. In fact, I'm just going to do a little thing. Hang on. Look at me. What do we think? Yes. Sometimes I'm just absolutely on it. 66 laps it's going to be. Where can you watch on TV? I'm watching on Sky Sports. Speak Your Mind is a supporter of Hamilton and Lando. Bob thinks it's going to be a crazy first lap. I think it could be a very interesting first lap, that is for sure. Sky have got the cinematic camera out up on the grids for the bokeh. Lando making his way into the car. All the mechanics are all around. The umbrella start to come off. MR10, I want to become a sim racer, so for my birthday I'm wanting a steering wheel. Should I get McLaren GT3 wheel or Fantech Club Sport? I just recorded a video yesterday comparing the Thrustmaster 488 Ferrari wheel with the Fantech McLaren. That should come out in the next few days. I recommend watching that. But yeah, you don't want to do a spoiler, but they're both good wheels. Unvin hoping for the Honey Badger. Verstappen leading first bend, we'll see. Welcome Ragavir Das. New profile picture for Ragavir Das. Lord Ragavir in the chat. Do we know the tyres yet? We'll see when the covers come off, I think. When the covers come off, I will be able to let you know. Welcome PA Le Passion du Rail. Chance of rain has just been reduced to 20%. Do we know what the Marie saying predicts safety car lap 5? Do we know what the percentage is on safety car? Kabir, what's the cost of a good F1 setup at home? Well, I have videos explaining this setup. I have a video running through this. In fact, I'm going to shoot another one today for GT Mega. F1 Dust, what can Alpine do? Well, they could split their strategies. 7th and 8th is a decent launch pad for them. They'll want to get points. They'll want to finish both those cars in the top 10. That'll be imperative. We need good, honest racing. No messing around. Agreed. No messing around. Chat, 120 likes, 600 people watching. We are just 4 minutes away from the start of the race. So please, please, please hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed as well. get yourself ready because we're going to see what happens here at the beginning of the Grand Prix. Arnold has Logan going for the win. Sky are doing the intro titles right now. Welcome CCR Networks 04. Frederick Ocon will take out Gazzy in the first corner. Marie says first corner near miss. Well, you can go into the first corner too wide. You can't really go through turn 1, turn 2 and turn 3 too wide. And the last time we saw people trying to try that, I reckon we're going back to 2016 with Nico Rosberg and Lewis Hamilton. And can anyone remember how that ended? If we have some viewers who were also watching back then. Ralph is watching from Australia. Let's go Lewis Hamilton. Hello, what's going on? Well, you basically don't go anywhere because we're about to start the race. So you're here for the 2024 Spanish Grand Prix. Mo saying McLaren 1 and 2 finish. I think Piastri's just a bit too far behind. There are some clouds overhead now because I can see some cloud cover over parts of the track. Which is better, Forza Motorsport 8 or GT7? Probably GT7. But yeah, best thing is to join the Discord there because over 4,000 people in our community Discord can answer all the questions. Fitbit's got Bitterballen, must be from the Netherlands. This time last year I was getting ready to go to Amsterdam for the premiere of the Gran Turismo movie. Gnarly would like to see Lando win as a Max fan. What? Then I think that makes you a Lando fan. That doesn't make you a Max fan. Do you know how being a fan works, my friend? Charlie Malaremo's first time here. Won't be your last, I'm pretty sure. Dr. Calferis from Barbados. Okay. Max Verstappen in P2. Lando Norris in P1. What is going on? Oh, the cars are lined up. Pretty much everyone's off the grid. It will just be the last few mechanics that will be holding the tyre warmers on. And they will get the signal. They will depart the track. Yes, you've got a mechanic holding an umbrella. Well, Carlos Sainz has an umbrella. Pierre Gasly doesn't. So tyre warmers are on. And we will see what tyres people are on. Are Mercedes going to be on the same tyre, for example? Or are they going to split a strategy here? Chai is saying coming in all on softs. Right, tyres coming off. There we go. Wow, all on softs. Apart from Albon. I was completely wrong. No one starting here on the mediums. Goodness me. Let me be honest in chat. Be honest if you thought that was going to happen. I did not expect everyone to be on the softs apart from Albon. I did not expect that at all. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Yeah, because some of the drivers don't have new softs. Like Mercedes will be on new softs, as you can see. They've done 3 laps. That might be a out lap, a qualifying lap and an in lap. So Lando is on new softs and Verstappen's on used softs. Yeah, Lando's got another ace up his sleeve here because he's on brand new softs, as are the Ferraris. The Ferrari, like, I'm looking here, I'm looking at the different tyres. I can see Lando's brand new softs. Looks like they just come out of the shrink wrap. And Max's softs, they just come off my Peugeot after another 20,000 miles. Well, there we go. Right, as the Rolex does strike 3 PM local time, the formation lap is now underway. Chat, I want to do a final nations check before we start. I want to do a final nations check. So let us know where in the world you're watching from for the 2024 Spanish Grand Prix. Interesting twist here. Everyone's on the softs. Apart from Albon. No one's banking to start on the medium. No one's going medium, soft, soft. No one's going hard, medium, soft. Something like that. Here we go. Netherlands, Germany, Croatia, Sweden, UK, Netherlands, UK, Australia, India, Holland, USA, Croatia, England, India, think that's Lebanon maybe. Netherlands, Scotland, Malaysia, South Africa, India, Netherlands, Azores. Is someone spamming Netherlands, or are there this many people from the Netherlands? It might be this many people. Belgium, more Netherlands, Zambia, Ireland, Netherlands, Malaysia, USA. We're just big. Maybe I should move to the Netherlands. Should I move to Amsterdam? Kenya, Netherlands, Indonesia, Netherlands, Canada, France, Southampton, Australia, India, UK, Colombia in the house. Camila, Alfonso, Vargas, Zambrano, Padre. Welcome along. Belgium, Norway, Portugal, Leeds. My regrets. India might win it. Welcome, Ariguru Singh. Poland in the house, Indonesia, Oklahoma, Charlie, Philippines, Florida, 12 from New Zealand, 12 from the Netherlands. Right, here we go then. So, just so you know, I'm watching the live pictures. They're about 40-second delayed from what we're going to see on the stream. So, I'm going to be behind you at the beginning. I'm going to be behind you. But I'm going to let you know what's happening on my pictures, and then I'll catch up with you. South Wales here, Tunisia, Curacao, UK, New Zealand, Jamaica. So I'm going to be behind you by about 40 seconds at the beginning, but I want to let you know what I see from my live pictures. We know how it works here. As the first few cars on my screen are pulling into their grid slots. Red Bull team looking quite nervous. McLaren team looking quite relaxed. Maybe less pressure on them. Maybe less pressure. Right. The standings have started. I'm going to just see. I want to see the live pictures. I'm looking at the last few cars making their way to their grid slots, followed by the Aston Martin safety car. Welcome back, Pauline Whitehouse and Verstappen. Gran Canaria from Robert Jackson. Okay. So on my screen, I've got the last 3 cars to pull into their grid slot, with Albon starting from the pits. Okay, so on my screen, all cars in the box. The marshal walks behind with the green flag. Start procedures go. 2 red lights, 3 red lights, 4 red lights, 5 red lights. Is it going to be a good start for Lando? Lights go out. It's a decent start from Lando. He's on the outside, weirdly. Oh my goodness, he's on the outside. I didn't realise he was going to be outside, and Verstappen holds it on the inside. They're neck and neck going into turn 1. Absolutely neck and neck, I reckon. Oh my goodness, the Mercedes out of nowhere. That is insane. Is that Lewis Hamilton or is that George Russell from P4? George Russell from P4 takes the lead of the Grand Prix going into turn 1 from 4th place. Absolutely sweating his way there. That is unreal. That is the best start I have ever seen in Formula 1. I'm not even joking. That is crazy. There we go. Yeah, George Russell in the lead of the Grand Prix. That is the best start in Formula 1 I've ever seen. 100%. Goodness me. This race has just been turned on its head. And it's a bit unfair for Lando because he was on the outside. He was neck and neck. And he was sort of backing out to let Verstappen sort of take the corner, really. And out of nowhere, RKO comes George Russell, sweeps around the outside and takes both of them. That is unbelievable from George Russell. That is an F1 moment in history right there. Wow, and that completely turns this race upside down because now Russell's going to set the pace. And does that mean that Hamilton might also have good pace in his Mercedes? So when we see DRS activated here, things could change very easily because Leclerc is already, as you can see here, Leclerc's already more than a second off Lewis Hamilton. Sargent managed to jump Ricciardo, but he's back down in P19. Demon move by George. Chat, what do we think? What do we think about that start there from George Russell? And have a look there. He is 0.6 ahead of Max Verstappen. By the way, I can de-shrink this. I made a mistake there, clearly. 1 second. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it, everyone? It was just the bits at the top that I hadn't done properly. Will George be confused by the rain? Demon move, people playing. So 2,000 people watching. Welcome to... Oh, Verstappen's in the lead. Hang on, what's happened here? So I'm looking at the last corner. I remember I'm about 30 seconds behind. So it's basically a replay. Coming down the home straight. Has DRS been activated? Yes, it has. Verstappen might be our best opportunity now, Max. Think wisely. The team were egging him on. Russell went defensive into turn 1 and Verstappen went around the outside into turn 1. It was neck and neck and Russell gave him space. Unlike this Grand Prix a year ago where Verstappen didn't give Carlos Sainz any space, this time around, George Russell, he could have run Verstappen off the road in turn 1, but they went side by side. So here we go. Here's our top 4. Verstappen, Russell, Norris, Hamilton. And then we've got Carlos Sainz now, who's leading a bit of a train. Who would have predicted that? The Ferraris are not looking good, and the Ferraris have fresh soft tyres. Welcome to all the new subscribers, by the way. If you're new here, we stream every race on the channel, so make sure you subscribe. This number will go up here as you do so. So DRS has just basically given that position for free to Verstappen, and I have mixed feelings about it because I feel like if there wasn't DRS, we might be seeing a great battle here with Verstappen really trying to get past Russell. So now, what is Verstappen going to do time-wise, lap time-wise? You can see he was 2 seconds faster last lap than George Russell. Isabel saying George too nice. Lucy, we're back to normal. Max dominating. We'll have to see. Look at the gap here. 1.4 seconds for Verstappen. Instant Norris, Verstappen, Russell is under investigation. That must be the turn 1 incident. So I don't know who they're investigating there, who they think's at fault. Hamilton's not going to like this. Hamilton might be biding his time. I still think any of the top 4 can win this. 3 seconds between the top 4 right now. Look at that group in the top 4. They are lapping together. Hamilton, how far are you behind Norris? Hamilton is 8 tenths behind Lando Norris here. But remember, Norris is going to get the DRS from George. No, he won't. Yes, he will. Norris gets the DRS from George Russell. So he's going to have defensive DRS in a way. Are we going to see a free pit stop for Verstappen? I'm not sure. Remember, Verstappen's on the soft tyres, scrub tyres here. Scrub softs. Josh is tired of Red Bull. Here we go. Verstappen, keep an eye on that gap. It's 1.1 seconds from Verstappen to Russell. 1.2 seconds. Remember, if Russell can get back in the DRS, we'll get that DRS assistance down the long home straight here at Circuit de Catalunya. Look at Hamilton, by the way. He's only 4 tenths off Lando now. Carlos Sainz on the radio. He touched me, we collided, and he pushed me off. He touched my rear right, so I was clearly ahead. I feel like that must be Ferrari to Ferrari battling there. So are Ferrari going to stand behind the driver they've fired? I'm not sure. No further investigation between that thing at turn 1. The stewards just wanted to investigate it. So, George Russell needs to try and basically break the toe from Lando Norris here to stop Norris getting that defensive DRS. Mo saying early days yet in this race, a lot will still happen. And Jules saying Max's tyres will only last for about 8-10 laps. We are expecting a 2-stop race here. It's not going to be a 1-stop. We're on the soft tyres. It will be a 2-stop race. And therefore lots of opportunities with undercuts and strategies. Oh, I tell you why. I know it's investigated now. And I think Lando's a little bit lucky because Lando squeezed Verstappen so much. Verstappen had to come off the track. And it was such a brave move from George Russell. I'm kind of in awe of that move at George Russell. That was a great Formula 1 overtake for the ages, that one. Fair play to George. And look at that. Logan Sargent is still ahead of Alex Albon. Albon can't do anything about it. I'm slightly surprised that Lando hasn't at least got a warning there. Verstappen was on the radio saying, I got pushed onto the grass. And the result of all that shenanigan between them... here we go. It's changed now because I think George Russell might be escaping the DRS sort of activation point, if that makes sense, of Lando Norris behind him. So Lando Norris might be about to lose DRS. What a feeling it would have been for George Russell to pull that move off. I'm on board with Fernando Alonso, who's starting all the way down in 14th. Obviously a wily fox is Alonso. Sorry, he was down in P12, his number's 14. And I think he also gained quite a few positions around the outside. Oh no, he backed out of it and took to the escape road. Okay, Norris stays in DRS of Russell. That means Hamilton won't proportionately gain. And I'm looking at the move here when Verstappen took the lead of the race. It was a very late defensive move from Russell, I have to say. He made the move very late. Completely legally, I think. And now I'm looking at the Ferrari overtake. Was there contact? Oh, there might be some damage there. So Carlos Sainz basically overtook Charles Leclerc around the outside. There was contact and Leclerc took to the escape road and it was investigated in the Ferrari to Ferrari overtake there. He had Charles Leclerc absolutely bamboozled because Leclerc was looking in his wrong mirror, if that makes sense. So still about a second between Russell and Norris. And keep an eye on the gap between Sainz and Hamilton. That's going to be an interesting gap. Aston Martin chasing a Red Bull. Well, kind of. That's Lance Stroll chasing after Sergio Perez. Look at Gasly, by the way. Gasly ahead of Piastri in P7. So Gasly looking pretty odds on at the moment. Isabel says, sorry to Perez fans, but his driving is kind of embarrassing right now. Yeah, Alonso is P14. He took to the escape road in turn 1 at the beginning of the race. What are the gaps saying? Well, it's closed now. It looks like Lando might even be closing on George Russell and Lewis Hamilton as well. Has Russell made a mistake somewhere? Meanwhile, there's a big Lance Stroll chain going on. And look how far ahead Verstappen is from the likes of Logan Sargent already. There's already a 24-second gap, even though we're only 7 seconds into the Grand Prix. This is the interesting thing about Formula 1. Is in qualifying, you can have the whole field within about a second. But here, we're 7 laps into the race, and the field is spread by 24 seconds, which is more than 3 seconds a lap. That's just the way it works in the race. Checo needs a hard reset. Maybe Sergio Perez is sort of just in no man's land at the moment. I mean, you may as well put a rookie in that car, surely. Give him some experience. So Isaac's coming in saying Perez is washed. So George Russell with the fastest Sector 1 out of anyone that lap. It was very close. So his fastest Sector 1. But even that was slower than Hamilton, slower than Sainz, slower than Leclerc. So it looks like the Ferraris now might be catching up slightly. In fact, Leclerc was almost the fastest driver on track last lap. So look at keep an eye on the Ferraris here catching up with that group. And Verstappen's only 2 seconds ahead. This is not the romping away we've seen from Verstappen last year and at the beginning of the season for sure. Yeah, let me know in the chat who you think should be in that second Red Bull. Prozumi saying, sadly, Red Bull don't want anything to do with Lawson. Well, he is at pretty much every race, isn't he? But I'm sure he'd have a very successful career in WEC or, say, Formula E, where his compatriot Nick Cassidy is odds on at the moment to win the Formula E Championship this year. Next round for that is in Portland next week. Double header and then London the final round. So Verstappen now 2.2 seconds ahead, 20.9. But you can see that everyone else down to Nico Hülkenberg doing a 21 to give you an idea of the lap times. And the Aston Martins here are just absolutely nowhere. Really, really, really struggling. As are the Visa, RB, Cash App, MasterCard, Capital One cars as well. We heard in chat that maybe they sacrificed the qualifying pace here for race pace over the next 3 Grand Prix. But they're looking complete trash. In fact, Alex Albon is surely now, he's overtaken Logan Sargent. Will be trying to put the pressure on Daniel Ricciardo. See the shot faces coming in chat. Yuki Tsunoda seemed to be the driver of choice. Kevin Estre, I don't think it's too late for him to go into... He doesn't even do single-seaters, does he? Guan Yu Zhou Guan Yu and Yuki Tsunoda boxing, by the way. So already we're seeing drivers come in off the soft tyre. And I wonder if that is going to put the pressure on some other drivers ahead of them to box to avoid getting undercut. I'm thinking about Kevin Magnussen, Fernando Alonso, Valtteri Bottas. Are we going to see them boxing to protect themselves from the undercut? And what if you're someone like a Lewis Hamilton? Do you box early here, considering you're on scrubbed softs? And do you try and go for an undercut and put someone like Lando Norris under pressure? Let's see. Charles doesn't understand Checo anymore, just tired of hearing his excuses. Here's Gary, the winner of the last rucksack. So if you want to win the latest rucksack, hopefully one of the mods can put the link in chat. Melissa wanted Carlos and Red Bull so hard, or so bad. It's a misappropriation of your words there. As no one in that top group boxes. 2.7 seconds is the gap for Verstappen ahead of George Russell. And then it is Russell, Norris, Hamilton, Sainz, Leclerc is the group there. And then we've got Gasly and Piastri. So Gasly, no doubt, sort of holding up Piastri a little bit now. And Guan Yu Zhou on the new softs, by the way, does the fastest Sector 2 out of anyone. So those new softs come in clutch. And there we go. As I predicted, Kevin Magnussen does box because he'll be concerned about that Zhou Guan Yu undercut. Now, will a one-lap undercut be enough? Gabriella is, I think Hamilton's on fire. Keep an eye here. Here comes Zhou Guan Yu. Is it going to be an undercut on Magnussen? I can't remember if he was ahead anyway. But the bigger one will be Tsunoda, because Tsunoda was nowhere near Magnussen. It might be tight coming into turn 1. I think Magnussen's probably just about stayed ahead there. So Magnussen needed to box to cover off Yuki Tsunoda. In fact, I can't tell who's in position there. Tsunoda might have got ahead of Magnussen. So Tsunoda might have played some 5D chess with the undercut. There we go. And it was an undefendable undercut. Magnussen just literally could not defend it. Pitting on the same lap or the very next lap, Yuki Tsunoda, who was all the way back there in the Visa Cash App MasterCard, has now got ahead of Kevin Magnussen. I'll be amazed if we don't see more pit stops here. I'll be amazed if we don't see Alonso, Bottas, Ricciardo, maybe even Albon. Some of them deciding to pit. Let's see. Lance Stroll, are you going to stay out? You're in clear air at the moment. Is Bottas going to box? Yes, he does. There we go. Valtteri Bottas boxes. What about Danny Rick? Danny Rick is not going to box. What about any of the Williams? They're not going to box. So Valtteri Bottas and the other stake comes in as well. Why is it called Formula 1? Because the Formula is the regulations. These are Formula 1. Pretty much they're the fastest regulations. Logan P17 now. Go, Logan, go. Well, keep your support coming in the chat. Let us know which driver you're supporting here. Here comes Valtteri Bottas. Is he going to have been severely undercut? No, he manages to stay ahead, although maybe Zhou Guan Yu got ahead of him. But Bottas comes out ahead of Magnussen and Tsunoda. And Tsunoda and Magnussen they're having an absolutely great battle. Look, they're swapping positions. They'll be going side by side through the longer turn 3 there. Great battle. Tsunoda and Magnussen, I predict nothing can go wrong. Definitely no chance of contact there at all. So, top pack come through again on lap 13 they will be now. Unlucky for some, but not unlucky for them. If you're someone like an Oscar Piastri, do you decide to box early and try and machine an undercut, or are you going to come out in traffic? And the McLaren strategists down in Woking at the MTC will be trying to work that out as they work on a Sunday today. Hi Wizard Albon going to do a one-stop. I'd be amazed. Oh, here we go. Hulkenberg comes in another Haas. I'll be amazed if anyone is able to make a one-stop work, considering they all... Well, Alex Albon on the mediums, maybe. Good point. Welcome, Benji Yas. Good to see you. Hope everyone... Is everyone in chat having a good time? Enjoying the race today? Look at Valtteri Bottas and Zhou Guan Yu, by the way. They're going side by side. Zhou Guan Yu manages to stay ahead. Nico Hulkenberg will come out ahead of both of them. 3.2 seconds is the gap now to Verstappen. But he's not crazy fast. Oh, Magnussen instant race start noted. May have been a false start there for Kevin Magnussen. We will see. You see, Magnussen has now got ahead of Snowden. Now he's sort of well ahead. Everyone's having fun. Very, very nice. No worries. Thank you, Pratik, for joining us. Hannah Schmitz and the Red Bull pit wall will be trying to work out a strategy there for Verstappen, I think, as Sergio Perez overtook Nico Hulkenberg. But now, is that going to force Perez to box? Oh, and Perez, oh no, Verstappen, I think, had a little moment, had a bit of a moment in turn 7. He's okay, though. Yeah, Perez is boxing now. Perez has been forced by Hulkenberg to box. Perez cannot afford to stay out, because otherwise he'll end up in the Hulkenberg train. Who's on holiday? I saw there. Someone's on holiday in Hurghada, Egypt, listening to your commentary. I mean, what a way. Once the race is finished, you can have some cocktails or whatnot. Love to hear it. Okay, so here comes Perez. Is Perez going to be undercut by Hulkenberg? Let's see. Perez is going to be coming out the pits. Here's Hulkenberg. I think Perez is going to be okay. But Perez could not afford to stay out. Otherwise, he's going to lose out to Nico Hulkenberg. That's how bad Sergio Perez is driving. He's having to cover off the Nico Hulkenberg undercut. He ain't exactly fighting for the race win. Rosach saying the gap between Max keeps on increasing. Yeah, but not massively, 3.7 seconds. Kid Racer watching from Philippines. Good to see you. By the way, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button. It's completely free on YouTube. Just hit subscribe. It helps me out a lot because the videos get shared more and the live streams, and we live stream for race. So make sure you hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button as well. We're trying to get to 1,000 likes in this race. Judy saying, what is Leclerc doing? I don't know, but I think he's trying to catch up with Carlos Sainz and put the pressure on. By the way, George Russell has now broken out of the DRS range of Lando Norris. But ironically, so is Lewis Hamilton. So Norris is sort of in no man's land at the moment. In fact, Norris is on the radio. Maybe it's something about just falling out of that DRS range, or maybe he wants to manage the pace a little bit differently. Remember, Lando was the driver that started this race in P1. As Pierre Gasly is in the pits, as is Logan Sargent. So Gasly comes in now. So will that force Piastri, or will Piastri think, you know what, now I'm just going to take that clear air? It's a little bit overcast at Catalunya now, I can see. There was a forecast of rain earlier. Grandad giving a congratulations to Lance Stroll for completing 14 laps without any incidents. You go, Lance Stroll. Absolutely nailed it there. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on what tyres people are going on to, actually. Sargent comes out. Gasly's out. So, goodness me. Gasly, I don't understand how this has happened here. Has Ocon undercut Gasly? Or how? Yeah, Ocon must have undercut Gasly. Has Ocon done a mad move here, everyone? Oh, it's a 6.7 stop for Gasly. That's why. They pitted Ocon first, and Gasly, they've manipulated it in favour of the driver they fired. Right, here we go. George Russell and Carlos Sainz come in. We can ignore that for the moment because this is a big move. Penalty for Max, and no surprise there. So Russell and Carlos Sainz in the pits. They'll be hoping for a quick stop for both of them. Welcome Aid from Cyprus. Welcome D from Cambodia. So, will Russell come out ahead of Carlos Sainz? That's going to put the pressure on. You'd expect Russell to come out still ahead of Carlos Sainz unless there's been some big drama there in the pits. I'm watching this on tenterhooks. And they're going to hit an Alonso train almost immediately. This puts pressure on Hamilton, Norris, Leclerc and Verstappen. Oh, Russell was locking up big time coming into the pits there. Let's hope for his sake that he got that stopped as he went into the pits. I'll have a look. The soft tyres came on. The mediums came on the car, sorry. Oh, there was an issue on the right rear. Slow tyre for Russell. Did he stay ahead? He just stayed ahead. It was neck and neck between Carlos Sainz and Russell in the pit lane. And it looks like they managed to get that tyre on. They were almost drag racing out of the pits there. George Russell almost lost everything in that pit lane. There was an issue with the right rear. They just managed to get it on and release Russell ahead of Carlos Sainz. But they were drag racing as Hamilton comes in. So Norris and Leclerc stay out. Remember, if there's a safety car now, it's going to really benefit Verstappen, Norris and Leclerc. So Hamilton comes in. Hamilton, remember, was what? Is Hamilton going to get overtaken here by Carlos Sainz? Carlos Sainz here potentially. And look, Fernando Alonso's in the mix there. They're having to get past Alonso and Lance Stroll as well. No, Hamilton, I think, is going to come out behind Carlos Sainz. So Carlos Sainz and the Ferrari may well, let's see actually, as the standings catch up, Carlos Sainz may well have leapfrogged Lewis Hamilton in that pit phase because of the undercut. Carlos Sainz has undercut Lewis Hamilton there. And by the way, I'm hearing that there are lots of dark clouds over the circuit right now in Catalunya, and it certainly looks overcast. What a little sprinkle of rain would do now for the race. How did the Mercedes stop go for Lewis Hamilton? Certainly was not manipulated. There was a 2.3 second stop, but that was nowhere near good enough to get out ahead of Carlos Sainz. Will we see Max Verstappen come into the pits now? Here comes Verstappen around the last corner. No chicane these days at Catalunya for the F1 anyway. Verstappen comes in. What about Norris? Will Norris box as well, or will he inherit the lead? No, I think Norris will keep going. Norris keeps going. Leclerc as well. So they're gambling a little bit here. Wow, big strategy. Is it possible we could cover a Russell this lap? What do you think? No, I think we need to go and get Max. So, wow, Norris here could be at real risk of losing out to, say, Carlos Sainz. And because of the issue that Russell had with the pit stop, Lando could have boxed and come out ahead of George Russell. But instead, he's decided to stay out. He's going to be an old softs now, very much at risk of the undercut, unless there's a safety car. A safety car now, as we saw in Miami, would be absolutely amazing for Lando Norris. What an interesting race this is, everyone. Gabriel is saying this race is entertaining. Yes, indeed. It's a classic race, this one, everyone. And honestly, I think having more pit stops in Formula 1 is a good thing. Semslit saying, why do I have a feeling this is going to be Norris Sochi 2.0? Welcome, Michael Villanueva and Crazy Aid, Rodin, Keanu, Bennett, and Kid Racer as well. Welcome to subscription. By the way, please do subscribe if you're enjoying it. 3,000 people watching. We stream every F1 race of the season here. We do not miss a race. We are here wherever you are in the world. We're streaming it. And the Formula E as well. And Le Mans and WEC. We're doing it all on this channel. So hit that subscribe button. It's free. You won't regret it. Verstappen here is having to overtake. Surely that's Piastri, who hasn't boxed. So Piastri is a timing issue there, I think. But Piastri is basically a pit stop behind Max Verstappen, essentially, is what's going on, as Hamilton is putting the pressure on Carlos Sainz. In fact, Hamilton is within DRS. So this might be the stint here for the Mercedes if they're both on the medium tyre. Hamilton's certainly on the medium tyre. And Hamilton couldn't quite get it done in the DRS zone. Oh, it might go around the outside. There we go. Hamilton gets past Carlos Sainz. I think in turn 2, potentially around the outside. Great move there. And Gasly has got back ahead of Ocon. Even with the... they're in the same car this time. And had the 6.7 second stop. But Gasly has overtaken Esteban Ocon. So we are seeing overtakes in this race. We are seeing overtakes as Alex Albon comes in off the medium tyre. So is he going to go onto the hards and try and go to the end? We will see. Alex Albon in last place though now. 1.9 second pit stop has been noted. By the way, can we get in the chat a summary of the race, if that's possible? And we can put it in the ticker tape, because that ticker tape is now well out of date. Red Bull pit crew just built different. Yeah. They are him. That's the Red Bull pit crew. What happened to Hamilton? Well, he's just boxed it, but you can see that Norris and Leclerc and Piastri still to box. So Piastri's in the P3. Is Piastri going to try and basically... Two options here for Piastri. You can play the team game and try and hold up Verstappen. Don't think it's going to work with DRS. Or you can try and convert to a one-stop. I'm having a look here. The overtake Hamilton on Carlos Sainz. Carlos Sainz went defensive. Was it a double movement? Oh, there was contact. Sainz saying he touched me, ran me off. Check on board. He needs to let me by. But I wonder if Carlos Sainz, he went defensive so late and then he went back to the outside a little bit. I don't know if it's going to be a double movement, because if you go defensive so late that you're going straight back onto the racing line, it can feel like that. I'm having a look at the George Russell stop here on the right rear. Oh, it was a 5.3 slow stop. And they just had to release him. I don't think it was... It could have been an unsafe relief, because Carlos Sainz basically could have blocked him in the pit lane. And I think... But I don't know how that would have worked. So basically, Russell just got released just before Carlos Sainz, even though he's behind him in the pit lane. Bit of a complicated one, that. So here comes Piastri now. Only a couple seconds ahead of Verstappen. By the way, I don't know if you saw that, but Sergio Perez went onto the medium tyres. Sorry, onto the soft tyres. Sergio Perez going soft. Kind of says everything about Sergio Perez at the moment. D6 saying looks like Sainz is about to go back into attack with Hamilton. Not sure. We'll see Hamilton on the move. Look at Verstappen on Piastri. Is Piastri going to be able to hold off Max Verstappen for any meaningful length of time? And what happens now when Lando Norris pits? What happens when Norris pits? Norris is 14 seconds behind Max Verstappen. With the 22-second pit stop, the race is going from bad to worse for Norris. I would say the critical one here is Lando Norris is going to end up behind both Mercedes. I'm not sure it's been the right gamble there. Here we go. I've got 2 ones here. I'm going to use the one from China just because it's the latest one. It's always good to have options, have different strats. K-Mag collecting the penalty points like it's candy. Lando decides not to box again, but look at the lap times. Look at the lap times. 20.9 from Lando is quicker than Leclerc by half a second, but then compare it to Verstappen, 19.9. There's a 1 second difference there. Sainz was on the radio reporting it, and Piastri, I'm looking at the helicopter view here. Piastri was definitely making it difficult for Verstappen, but it was just a regulation overtake, and now Piastri boxes, so maybe they were holding Piastri out just to try and slow Verstappen a little bit. Now, what is going to happen to Piastri? Oh my goodness, here. Piastri might come out behind Nico Hülkenberg. Look at this. Piastri's destroyed his race here pretty much. I know he wasn't in a great position already, but not great there for Oscar Piastri. And I haven't got a good feeling about Lando, because I think Lando, when he boxes, is going to go behind Carlos Sainz. In fact, if Lando stays out at this pace... Oh, Lando... Is that Lando? No, that's Piastri coming in. Sorry, I'm looking at the footage is 40 seconds behind, obviously. I should know that. I'm looking at the differences in lap times between Gasly and Ocon. So Norris is lapping slightly slower than Gasly and Ocon. Will he box now? Will he box now? Keep an eye on Lando Norris. Will he come into the pits this lap? No, he doesn't. He keeps going. He's sort of gambling for a safety car. Gary's saying, can he convert to a one-stop? Can Lando try and go to a one-stop here? That could potentially work, because then you save that 22 seconds, you spend it on time lost on tyre deg, and then you go out on hards at the end here. Let's have a look. Chat are absolutely on it here. Chat know what they want to see, know what's going on, which is great. Lando Norris, though, staying out. But look where Piastri came out, just ahead of Nico Hülkenberg. Not great there. Leclerc as well. You've got to feel like when Leclerc eventually pits, it's not going to be great news for him either. Although, I think Leclerc, he can basically do what he wants as long as he's going to come out ahead of Gasly. And at the moment, he's still got a little bit of margin there. But the Leclerc pace clearly isn't good. I mean, Leclerc is one of the slowest drivers in the race right now. Look at Fernando Alonso is lapping faster than Lando Norris. Daniel Ricciardo is lapping faster than Lando Norris. Yeah, I think a safety car now would be great, but is it really that sort of circuit? You do have Lance Stroll and Logan Sargent. Is Lando going to box this time around? Let's have a look. Keep an eye on Lando Norris. Is he? Yes, he does. Lando boxes. Lando comes in. Will Charles Leclerc come in as well? No, Leclerc is going to inherit the lead of the Grand Prix. But where is Lando Norris going to come out? Is he going to come out behind Carlos Sainz, as I'm predicting? If so, is he also going to go onto the hard tyre? Because if he's not going to go onto the hard tyre here, and he can't finish on the mediums, is he doing a soft, medium, soft or something? Let's see. Yes, he comes out. Lando Norris, who started this role on pole position, is now in P6. Can you believe it? He will be P5 when Leclerc pits, but he is genuinely basically in P5. Surely that's not a good way that this race has gone for Lando Norris. He must be fuming. How long will the hard tyres last? I don't know, to be honest. 3,000 people watching. Hope you're enjoying it. Again, please, 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 do hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying it. It really helps me out. It makes a big difference on this channel. It won't matter to Sky Sports or Formula One, but it makes a big difference to my life on this channel if you hit that subscribe button, if you're enjoying it, and then you get notified about the next race, which will be in Austria next weekend, and also Portland Formula E, and then Silverstone will be the third race in this triple header. So if we can just have a big push on the sub front, it'll be amazing to see. Slap that like button, yes indeed. D6 says Leclerc now on P1, Verstappen on P2. Yeah, Verstappen's going to catch... No, Leclerc boxes. There we go. Leclerc's going to box and probably come out just ahead of Pierre Gasly. Let's have a look. How do McLaren strats always mess us up? McLaren almost imitating Ferrari at this stage. So I think Leclerc will come out just ahead of Gasly. If he doesn't, for me, that's a big mistake from Ferrari if he doesn't. Oh, goodness me. Oh, my... Surely not. Surely they haven't messed this up that badly. I think they have. I think they have. They've slotted in the clerk in between the two Alpines. Nice. Classic Ferrari strat there. Fitbit only 300 likes. Come on, chat. We can do better on like front. We can get 1,000 likes this second. If everyone hit the like button, we get 1,000 likes immediately, and we'd all feel absolutely great about it. Okay, so now, how the tables have turned here. Was it a slow stop for a Ferrari? Was it a slow stop for Leclerc? It was a 3-second. It wasn't particularly fast. In the end, I don't think it would made a difference to Gasly. No, he's 2 seconds behind. So it's now up to the Mercedes to put the pressure on Max Verstappen here. And George Russell is lapping, well, at last count, about, both Mercedes, about 3/10 behind. So Mercedes, oh, look at all the subscribers here. Surav, Danny, Rachel, Siva, Jimmy the Wednesday, Slicex, Jeffrey Krause as well. Welcome on board. There we go. Now we're moving it. What a feeling it is here to welcome so many people to the community. What's my prediction for P1? Sainz, they reported no further investigation. Sainz won't be happy about that. I don't understand why there's a rule book and we don't follow it. I would say, Sainz, don't have a cry about it. Just crack on, because you've got Lando Norris right up your trumpet, and Norris is on the move here. Lando Norris, fastest lap of the race last round at 18.5. That is a second quicker, a second and a half quicker than Lewis Hamilton. So Lando Norris on these fresh mediums now is really making a move here, and also faster than Verstappen there for what it's worth. We spelled tyre wrong, lol. It's tyre. Having a good laugh about that. I hope that makes you feel great. Ricardo ahead of Yuki. We are so bad. Daniel Ricciardo in P17, Snowden in P18. It's just not a good race though for the RB Cash App. So is it, if we're honest? What's happened to the RB Cash App pace? And look at the Aston Martins as well. Aston Martin all the way down there. Gary watching from Cape Town, South Africa. What's the first GP at Kailami? Been following ever since. I'm a Max fan. Arguably one of the best drivers of my lifetime. Well, let's see if Max is going to convert this into a win. The man, he's on 191 points in the Drivers' Championship here. Remember, that's 60 ahead of the likes of Lando Norris. I'm looking at a replay of Alex Albon on Logan Sargent. Logan Sargent just let Alex Albon through. So team orders there at Williams. Meanwhile, Leclerc all over Gasly down the home straight. Surely it's going to be a DRS-assisted overtake there. Yes, it is. Charles Leclerc goes through. He's got past that Alpine as Ocon is dropping further and further back. And Lando Norris is overtaking Carlos Sainz. So maybe the tyre strategy is working here. C49 saying Sainz. Kireth saying Lando, well, in the battle between the former teammates at McLaren, Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz Jr. there. It's a dub for Lando. Lando's got through. And now he's going to have both Mercedes in his sights. Leclerc on the radio. Why are we on plan A? We are aligned with everyone else. That was the choice coming back on the radio. And yeah, it was a regulation overtake there from Lando on Carlos Sainz using DRS. And he's just setting blistering lap times here as well. Is he within DRS of Lewis Hamilton? No, he won't quite be this time around. But welcome Speedboy, Gersham, Roast Beef, Eredy, Paul Wardingham, no one as well. D6, I like the stream. This is my first time witnessing an actual live race from a map perspective. I like the stream live sub. Great to have you on board, D6. Half of D12 there. And look at Piastri and Perez battle there. Has Perez overtaken Piastri? Or is Piastri coming back on Perez? I can't quite remember. But interesting to see that battle there between Piastri and Perez. It looks like Piastri was 7/10 quicker last time. So I would expect Piastri to get past. Yes, he does in the DRS. So in terms of Piastri's race, I reckon he can now aim to get past Ocon, Gasly, and potentially Leclerc if that McLaren's got really good pace. Although Leclerc was really on one there. And 18.8 was the fastest race of the... He was the fastest driver last lap. Put it like that. 4,000 people watching. 44, hashtag bless. Tsunoda, who was one of the first drivers to pit, in fact I think he might have been the first driver to pit the first time around, is boxing again, and he was on the mediums. He's already done his 18 laps on the mediums here. Are we halfway through this race? We're not even halfway through this race, and Tsunoda presumably is going to go onto the hard tyres now and go to the end, and that is going to precipitate, in my opinion, another waterfall of pit stops at the back of the grid there, as people try not to get undercut. Obviously, the undercut won't be as severe because he's going on to the hard tyre. Thanks, Abadurela Malik just subbed. How many pit stops has Lewis done? He has done 1 pit stop, has Lewis Hamilton. Thank you so much, everyone subscribing. I mean, it just means the world to me. Obviously, we're trying to get close to 100k, as there are some big rain clouds, I think, near Catalonia. I don't know if we can get a weather check from anyone, but I can see some big rain clouds around in the back of Catalonia. We've seen this before last year, where it rained heavily at Catalonia. I don't know if anyone remembers, but heavy rain at Catalonia. Vincent Demboff saying Max is sparring his tyres, getting a bit of boxing practice in, as Valtteri Bottas surely is going to box here. Yeah, so driver's going to have to cover off Yuki Tsunoda. Interesting that Magnussen and Ricciardo not interested there. Obviously, Ricciardo is teammate, so different strategy decision there from the Visa RB Cash Apps. And Verstappen at the moment is 6.7 seconds ahead of George Russell, but it's pretty even in terms of lap time. And here comes Lando Norris. He will probably, or he could be within DRS by the time of the DRS activation zone. It's 1.1 seconds now as they go around the chicane. Well, there's no longer chicane, the penultimate corner, beg your pardon. No chicane anymore. Did he get within DRS? I'm not sure. That would be a great result. And there's big clouds near Catalonia, I have to say, coming in. So I don't know what's going on. Give us rain, says Hi Wizard. Can we get a weather forecast from someone in chat to let us know what's going on with the weather here? As Charles Leclerc, you can see how far he is behind Carlos Sainz, so they pitted a lot later. Verstappen's on the radio saying tyres are very inconsistent. 6.9 seconds is the gap. He's going to hit a Yuki Tsunoda who's just boxed again, so he's going to lap for the first time a car here, which is going to be Yuki Tsunoda in last place. But look at Bottas. He managed to get out well ahead of Tsunoda. So maybe the undercut not quite as powerful on these hard tyres here. As Kevin Magnussen boxes this time, and I predict Ricciardo will box pretty soon as well. So K-Mag in the pits. Are we going to see someone like a Logan Sargent box? Potentially, let's have a look. Logan Sargent goes around again, doesn't box. And Lando Norris this time definitely will be within DRS. I'm looking at Oscar Piastri getting past Esteban Ocon. That was a regulation move. Down the home straight, 90% rain chance. Zoe saying rain coming. I think Zoe might be at the track. Chat, can we get some confirmation on that rain? Is that a true 90% chance of rain? Somebody rain dance, or just do a rain dance in chat. 500 likes, by the way. Thank you, 501. That is huge. We have to push to 1,000 likes now. We have to try and get 1,000 likes. That would be the most likes I think we've ever had on a race stream. Maybe on a stream ever in this channel. So please, do hit that like, do continue to smash it. Exclamation mark like. We can try and to get to 1,000. Semlich, didn't that nice strategy lady say it hadn't been raining on race day in Barcelona since 1996? Yeah, what happened in 96? Do you remember we were talking about this last year on the live stream? As it rained in FP3 and it rained a little bit in quali, if I remember as well. Greg doesn't want the rain. He's doing the anti-rain dance. So we've got rain dancers and we've got anti-rain dancers. Oh my goodness, did we just get 100 likes in like a minute there? Chat, I think you guys and girls are going to get us to 1,000 likes. I believe in you. I think it's going to happen this time. I've never felt momentum like this. Lando Norris was all over Lewis Hamilton coming into turn 1. This is about 40 seconds ago because Hamilton's managed to defend all the way to the end of the lap. Is Hamilton getting DRS from George Russell just about? George Russell might be helping out his teammate here, manipulating it, giving him the DRS. We'll see if Lando is going to get the DRS here, and he will get DRS. Is he going to overtake Lewis Hamilton? Let's see, going down the home straight. 2/10 is the gap. Hamilton will defend, obviously, and it looks like Lando Norris has managed to get past Lewis Hamilton. So Lando Norris overtaking the Mercedes, obviously pitted a lot later, has fresher medium tyres. Lewis wants rain. 716 likes. You guys and girls are insane. It's dangerous levels of likeness going on now. Gary saying a few spotty showers around, but nothing to get off slicked. Are you saying there's showers near the track? Chat, can we get a confirmation on this rain? Sergio Perez boxes, by the way. Emo says Lando going hard. Yes, indeed. As we have a bit of a delay here on the timings. Hopefully it's not rain impacted as we get going again. Haming News says no Yuki inside points. I will root for Pierre Gasly. Gasly to end world peace or start world peace or create world peace. I think Pierre Gasly You see here, Logan Sargent must be a pit stop behind Valtteri Bottas. I don't think he's pitted again here. So Bottas won't want to get held up, but let's be honest, if you're a stake or an RB Cash App, you're not really racing for points here. It's a bit of a depressing race, given those cars are capable on their day of getting into points. I'm having a look here at Lando Norris on Hamilton. How late did Hamilton defend? Hamilton just didn't defend at all, actually. So Hamilton may be playing some 4D chess. Let's get a latest update in the one there. Rain is expected soon. Chat, it looks like rain is expected soon. This could be, if rain falls, this could be one of the great Grand Prix of recent times. And I feel like we've been spoiled recently. Zhou Guanyu looks like he's close to the points, but he hasn't boxed yet. When he boxes, you'll see that will all change. Sergio Perez has the fastest Sector 2 on his new tyres. Both Aston Martins, Zhou Guanyu, Nico Hülkenberg, and Esteban Ocon, and Gasly, and Piastri all need to pit, basically. The pit stops have been coming from the back of the pack, not the other way around. Rain is coming. Everyone's saying rain's coming. I can see some blue skies somewhere, and then some heavy rain clouds elsewhere. Spleen saying let it rain. So let's see. Rain and freedom is coming. Well, the USGP is, well, the second one of the season is coming in a couple of months' time. Verstappen did win the race in Canada. That is correct. And we know there was rain involved there. Thanks, Teddy, liking the stream. 760 likes. Honestly, I think we can get to 1,000. We can do it. We could maybe get to 91k on the subs, but that's very optimistic. So we're just sort of waiting now for the drivers at the top to pit here. Lando Norris is now behind George Russell, maybe being held up a little bit, but you can see the pace. Oh, Kate gifting 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Kate, for the gifted 5. Oh, they're being attacked by a square. Where's that come from? What's going on here? I've been attacked. Beef and Barley, Seema Dragon, Sharkin, Rory Thompson, and Vlatka getting the memberships. Chat, please put your claps out in the chat there. 5 gifted memberships from Kate. Thank you so much, Kate. Really appreciate it there. The memberships are, gift memberships, such a cool feature. You can use the exclusive emojis and get exclusive access to the Discord members lounge. Thank you so much, Kate. Please can we get some claps out there for Kate for the gifted memberships and some new gifted members in the community. Verstappen, by the way, 8.5 seconds ahead. 19.95 last lap. Let's see what the rest are doing. Russell, 3/10 slower. Lando was actually faster that lap than Verstappen, and Hamilton was also managing a good pace. He was managing Verstappen pace as well. There we go. Welcome to all the new subscribers. Rory says thank you, Kate. Beef says thank you, Kate. Zed Racer, Dejan, Steve P, Akash, Gowie, El Frike, Food Thinkers, Anand, JB, Raul, Mickey Dundee, Sonia, Mahi, Haming, and Bernardo Piron. Welcome to the community. Who do I reckon is going to win? I said yesterday I reckon Lando could win this one. It's clearly now Verstappen's to lose. But if Lando can get past George Russell here and can lap half a second quicker. In fact, Lando gets past Russell in an unusual place there. As Rihanna once said. So Lando Norris has now cleared George Russell. He is 9.4 behind Max Verstappen. Let's see what the pace is going to be. Kate with another gifted 5. Goodness me. Thank you so much, Kate, for another gifted 5. Yolanda's gifted. Snowline, ACPW, Prozumi as well. And Isabel, thank you so much for the gifted memberships again, Kate. I really appreciate it. Chat, please get your claps out. Please can we thank Kate for the 10 now gifted memberships. That is so much support for me and the community. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. That is absolutely huge. I'm still being attacked by this cube. There we go. New members. Very well-deserved members as well, I have to say, as Logan Sargent does box. And is being lapped in the process of doing so. Look at the claps coming out. This is why we have the best community on YouTube. This is the best community on YouTube right here. You just don't get stream communities like this. They don't exist anymore. It's a rare thing we have. Welcome QZ, Taja, Lynn, Shawnee as well. When's the rain expected? I don't know when the rain's expected, See, for me, guys, to be honest, Lewis is not going to beat Charles at Ferrari next year. We will see. It's a tantalising matchup. Emmo saying Kate on pole. Look at the love coming here for Kate for the memberships. Great to see. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much. Give Kate the fast music. I need to get it in. Here we go, chat. That's it. We're going to win the half. We're basically halfway through the race. Let's pump up a little. Let's go through the standings. Are we ready, everyone? So, it is Verstappen in the lead. 8.8 seconds ahead of Lando Norris. I think Lando, yes, has just taken half a second out of Verstappen. And Hamilton overtakes Russell. Russell goes into the pits. So Russell's in the pits. Carlos Sainz in the pits as well. Hopefully it'll be a quicker pit stop this time for Russell. That promotes Charles Leclerc, but Leclerc's got to pit again. Then we've got Piastri in P7, Gasly and Ocon P8 and P9, Hulkenberg P10, Perez P11, Zhou Guanyu P12, Stroll and Alonso in the Aston Martin 13 and 14, Daniel Ricciardo P15 needs to pit, Alex Albon in P16 needs to pit, then Bottas, Tsunoda, Magnussen and Sargent rounding us out here. But here we go. Keep an eye on the Lando Norris pace. Is he going to put the pressure on Verstappen? We've seen it before. We saw it at Imola. We saw it in Miami, obviously. We saw it in Canada. Lando Norris is capable about putting time in to Max Verstappen. So let's see if that's going to be the case here. 2,000 can you wish Josh a speedy recovery, Sunburn? Have a speedy recovery, Josh. I remember when I was 18 years old, I came to Catalonia by myself to watch some motorbikes, and I was just standing around with just rolling around in my shorts and got very badly burnt. So, you know, I've been there. I think I've recovered. Touch wood, hopefully. Crazy, not a crazy F1 fan, been away from it for a number of years. Can't watch it in Cyprus, but I've been watching this channel a few weeks now. Thank you so much. Well, thank you for joining us as we are in now the second half of this race. Rain or a safety car, either one would be good here. What a fun stream this is, by the way. There we go. Snowline's got the 10 out of 10 emojis out. Let's go Lando. Papaya emojis out as well. Lando Norris, 8 seconds. It's another 6/10. It's another 6/10. The gap is 8 seconds now. It's sub 8 seconds. Sub 8 seconds. Goodness me. And Lando is going to have fresher tyres at the end. Because Lando's gone longer than Verstappen here. Ooh, as Ocon pits. Rain would be amazing. Chat, please tell me there's more rain coming. AMR saying, let's go Lando. Christopher Lee. Lando with another half a second. Tsunoda disappeared because he's been lapped. That's why. Ocon and Stroll boxing as well. And here comes Verstappen round. Let's see what lap time he has done this time around. Remember the finish line. It's a split finish line here, isn't it? Is that later? Yeah. So it's a 19.8 for... Is that the same one he did? 19.8 for Verstappen. And for Lando, 19.3. It's another half a second for Lando. Put those papaya emojis out if you're supporting Lando here. Hard tyres for Russell and Sainz, Chai noted. Very good spot. Hard tyres. Lucy, can the Papaya Army please help manifest this for Lando? Well, the Papaya Army did manifest it in Miami. If you remember, that was a real race of optimism there. Lando is on the hunt. Yes, indeed. Here comes the Papaya emojis. Look at it now as Pierre Gasly comes in. Is he going to get overtaken by Esteban Ocon? I don't think so. It's a 3.9 second stop for Stroll and a 2.2 for Ocon, by the way, as George Russell is the fastest driver. Fastest up at the rate for Russell on the hard tyres. 18.3. That's 1.5 seconds quicker than Verstappen. Maybe the hard tyres are a good race tyre here. Maybe Verstappen will take a look at that, be like, there's no point me being on these worn mediums now. I'm going to get the hell off these and I'm going to get onto the hard tyres. Let's have a look. Keep an eye on Verstappen here. Is that going to be good intel for Verstappen? Is Verstappen going to go onto the hards right now? Yes, I think he will do, because Bottas has overtaken him again. How's that happen? I thought Verstappen had lapped Bottas. Must have been a timing issue. 19.6 for Verstappen. That's not quick pace at all. That's slower than Sergio Perez for Verstappen. Perez right now is lapping quicker than Verstappen here. And Lando Norris again puts another 4 tenths. It's 7.1 seconds now. Lando's on the hunt. Look at the papaya emojis coming in now. It's a wall of papaya. You could harvest it, make some nice cocktails there. Thomas, what happened to the last 4 drivets? Hopefully they were screwed in correctly. Sergio Perez comes around. Let's keep an eye on the Perez lap time. 19.4 last time around. This time 18.9. Sergio Perez has randomly gone on hammer time. Sergio Perez is turning the wick here. Sergio Perez is basically going a second a lap quicker than Max Verstappen. What's going on? What's going on here, chat? Imagine being slower than Perez. Imagine being a second slower than Perez in the same car. They Snowder, Max and the Sergeant are not out. They've just been lapped, which is why they're grey. It's why they're grey. They've been lapped. You can still see their lap times coming in. Verstappen's in big trouble here. I'm calling it. Verstappen's in big trouble. Verstappen has just gone the same lap time. Logan Sargent is lapping quicker than Verstappen. Can I explain it, chat? Let me know if I can explain it any clearer than that. Logan Sargent is lapping quicker than Verstappen. Okay? Verstappen is in trouble here. Verstappen's in trouble. Sargent is faster than you. Do you confirm? Logan Sargent's going to unlap himself here. Logan Sargent's driving an MP8, it's not kilometres. That's why he's getting a little boost. RZ's got the chilies out. Lost a gear, perhaps. What's going on with Verstappen? 6.2. Goodness me, Norris was half a second quicker in Sector 1 alone. Norris was half a second quicker in Sector 1 alone. I agree, Ringo. What is happening here? What is this madness? He's half a second quicker in Sector 1. What is this? And another 0.2 in Sector 2. They've got to sling him in. They've got to sling him in here. You've got to get Verstappen in. The race depends on it. Lando Norris might be on a blinder here. Is Verstappen going to box? No, he doesn't. He goes around again. The gap is now under 6 seconds. 19.6 for Verstappen and 18.9 for Norris. 7/10. 7/10. 49. Here's a Sargent podium. By the way, we're on 5,000 people watching. We're on 800 likes. If you're new here, please just hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying it. Please, 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 for me. I personally really appreciate it. This is my channel. This is not a company. This is not a brand. This is just me recording it here. So please, 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 for me, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Because this is a bit of a madness. It's a bit of a madness here. 19.6 for Verstappen. 10% chance of rain now. Chat, if we can get an updated message here to sort of summarise what's going on at this stage of the race, like Lando is chasing Verstappen. Adrenaline Matt's never watched the intervals before. The lights come on randomly. Ricky Norris is cooking. Max is eating leftovers. Christopher says, you are a brand. Is that an offensive term? Zhou Guan Yu in the pits now, near the back of the standings there, so we won't concentrate too much on that in this one, as Verstappen is only 5.6 ahead. Let's have a look here. What's going to happen with Verstappen as he goes around? Is he going to box? No, he does. And lap time 19.9. It's almost a 20. Lando, Lando was half a second slower that lap. But still, half a second quicker than Verstappen. But Lando, I'm telling you, in a few laps, Verstappen's going to have to pit before Lando anyway. Verstappen's going to pit before Verstappen. Chai is just saying race is chaos. We can't just put that in the ticker tape. Gary saying softs window opens in 9. So are these drivers trying to get to the softs window and put on softs to the end? Russell's on the radio saying this tyre does not feel good. We're sort of forgetting all about the Mercedes here. So remember, Russell boxed really, really early here. And I have to say, Russell is... If Lando were to pit now, he'd come out neck and neck with Russell. So Russell's probably still in this. Russell's still in this, potentially. As Verstappen is going to lap Alex Albon. Kireth, the president. French president. Mostly cloudy in the track. Yeah, it's overcast from what I can see. Welcome Bradley from South Africa. Good to see you. As Daniel Ricciardo pits in the Visa Cash App MasterCard Capital One car there. As Verstappen does a 20.3 and Lando does a 19.4. We're approaching a second a lap faster here for Lando. So Lando is on the groove. 4.3 seconds now is the gap. At Lando speeds, that could be 4 laps. At Lando speeds, it could be 4 laps. Affinities manifesting chaotic rain. Isabel Verstappen, there we go. Here we go. Let's put that straight in the ticker. Let's inject it in the ticker tape veins, as they say. Boom. There we go. And yeah, you can win a backpack as well. It's just all kicking off. If it wasn't as Hamilton pits. So Hamilton pits quite a lot later than Russell. And I'll have to check what he goes on to. Ricciardo was coming off the mediums and onto hards for the end. So Ricciardo has just boxed, has gone onto hards for the end, which is interesting. And look at Leclerc again, going really long. Hamilton onto softs. Hamilton onto softs. Hang on, Hamilton's going to try and go 23 seconds on used softs here. Chat, Hamilton's going to try and go 23 laps on used softs. Verstappen boxes. Norris is going to take the lead. Verstappen boxes. Norris in the lead here. Here we go. Lando Norris in the lead of the Grand Prix. Ooh. So the tables are going to turn here. It's going to completely invert. Because now we're going to have Norris ahead. But Verstappen will be on faster tyres. I'm predicting purple laps here from Verstappen. Gabriele Dello, is Lewis trying to annoy some Mercedes fans? Ricky goes hammer question mark? Well, he's not going to be able to hammer time that to the end. But look, Hamilton's going to be fast, though, on the softs. The question is he going to be able to go to the end on those tyres? By the way, Lando's matching here. Lando has just done the fastest sector 1. It's Lando on an in-lap. Lando could be on an in-lap here. Lando could be on an in-lap. What they might be saying to Lando is like, just box at the same time, do the same strategy. We just think, mano y mano, we're going to beat Verstappen. That's what they might be thinking. They might be thinking, we think in a fair fight, we can make that 5-second gap. So I wonder if that's why Lando set a fastest purple set. Normally I'd expect him to go longer here. I'd expect him to go longer. Verstappen goes on the softs again. Here comes Lando. Lando keeps going. So Lando on the mediums does an 18.7, which is very quick. But we're about to see a new breed of lap times here. So Hamilton will be the driver that gives us the first one. Max also on softs to the end. So Hamilton is behind Carlos Sainz. Remember, this race has gone very badly for Sainz, because I think Sainz already boxed, hadn't he? So if I remember correctly, Sainz had already boxed. So Hamilton's just basically a pit stop ahead. Oh, Hamilton was trying early to get past Sainz, and Sainz was really defending. It is full position. Now Lewis Hamilton gets past. 2.8 second pit stop for Verstappen comes in from the mods. There we go. And what's going on with... oh yeah, that's Leclerc is just chilling there because he hasn't boxed yet. So Lando Norris now has a choice. He can go on to the mediums. He can go on to the softs again. He can go on to the hards as Alfonso pits. So we'll see here. What's Lando going to do? But I think when Lando comes out, he will be about 8 seconds behind Max Verstappen is my prediction. So, oh, we had a freeze here. Is Lando boxing? Is Lando boxing? Is he boxing? No, he goes around again. Obviously, he's looking really good if there's a safety car now. If there's a safety car, he'll go onto fresh tyres and possibly even keep some level of track position. But keep an eye on the Verstappen time. Let's see what the Verstappen time is going to be. Is it going to be an 18 something? A 17! It's a 17.8 for Verstappen there. Okay, well now the tables have completely turned because Verstappen is a second and a half quicker than Lando Norris. So, if I'm Lando now, you got to go onto those softs. Unless you're biding your time because you think Verstappen's gone too early onto the softs. Maybe it's bait. Maybe Verstappen's gone too early and maybe McLaren are boxing Piastri now onto softs to get some info. They want to put the softs on at this track temperature, this level of track, how much it's rubbered in, and get some data from Piastri on the soft tyres. That's what I'm thinking maybe, but they've got to make a decision quickly. This is why Formula 1 is insane. You've got to make decisions so quickly. You can't go to a committee about it and go to the executive board and get shareholder approval. You just got to make the damn decision. That's why we all love Formula 1. Norris pits. Norris boxes. Surely to go onto the soft tyre. So they're not going to wait for info from Piastri. Piastri, by the way, did come out on softs. It was a 3-second stop there. So Leclerc may be boxing as well. Leclerc boxes as well. So interesting, we'll see where Leclerc comes out. So Lando, where's Lando going to come out relative to George Russell and Lewis Hamilton? This could be huge here. Maybe we've been watching the wrong drivers here, because maybe it's the Mercedes who are going to come out of nowhere. Lando v Russell on the pit exit. I don't know where it's going to be. Oh, goodness me. Is it going to be Lando? Is it going to be George Russell? Surely they've been keeping an eye on that gap. And it looks like Russell has just got out ahead of George Russell here on significantly faster tyres, because Russell's on old hard. They've manipulated this against Russell, because surely Russell's going to get picked off here by Hamilton. Right, it's getting very interesting. Very interesting, I have to say. 20 laps to go. Or 19 laps to be exact. We should be exact because it is Formula 1. It's an exact science. So now we have Lando versus Verstappen. Take 2, as I predicted, on pretty similar tyres. Lando's tyres, in fact, are the same because Lando had to go on scrubbed. So it looks like Verstappen had a set of new, which is weird because he didn't have new tyres available for the start of the race. Nico Hulkenberg gets a penalty. Both Hasses have a penalty. Congratulations, Nico. Enjoy serving that at the end of the Grand Prix. For speeding in the pit lane. There we go. Classic. Okay. If you're going to speed in the pit lane and get 5 seconds, you may as well speed by a lot. Frankly, I say. Crack on. Speed by... Get more of a 5-second advantage in the pits and take the 5-second penalty. It's like a perpetual energy machine. Mohammed Ali Reza saying Hamilton needs to be faster on softs. Wow. Okay. What is going on with the race here? Verstappen. Oh, the gap's come down surely a lot. Chat, I want to join you in the papaya army. Look what I have. I want to join you in the papaya army. Okay, are we ready? What do you think I have here? Chat, have a guess what you think I have. What do you think I've got? What do you think I have? I want to join you here. I want to join you in the papaya army. What could it be? What could it be? A coconut? Why would a coconut signify joining the papaya army? Chat. Whoever guesses it first, I will put it up, what I've got, as I'm joining the papaya army here. Lando Norris, by the way, a second quicker than Verstappen. So this is going to be a grandstand end. F1, McLaren F1 car in mini version. What number's that, chat? What number's that? Could this be? This is it. Look, we can put it. Oh, I can't put it in my hands today. Imagine my hands were not there. Put it on there. Here we go, chat. What do we think? Is it going to be papaya? Look at that. How sick is that? Sophie Welsh has got one of those. Did you pay more than £10 for it, or did I get ripped off? I think for... By the way, I think for £10, that is great value. Look at the detail on that. For £10. 10 of my British pounds. Obviously, it's not as good value as my Gran Turismo 7 Beginner Masterclass, which is also £10. That is literally the best £10 you can spend. Oh, God. Perfect for gifts. This is going to come down to the wire, says Christopher Lee. 6.7 seconds. Verstappen's in the 18s. Verstappen's in the 18s. Ooh, I'll tell you what, though. They're basically the same lap time there. It was basically the same lap time that time around. Was it a mistake from Lando? 10 more likes. Chat, come on. 10 more likes. We can do it. Who thought 1,000 likes was possible? Who thought 1,000 likes was possible, chat? We did it. I want to soak it in. When we hit 1,000 likes, I want to soak it in. 992 likes. Come on. There's 4,000 people watching. We can do this. Hit that like button. We're trying to get to 1,000 likes. Smash that like button. Did someone break it? 1,029 likes. Thank you so much, everyone. Chat. 1,000 likes. I'm going to put the big 1,000 in chat. Look at that. No emotes found. I didn't want to do an emote. Oh, no. Hang on. I'm still raising my glass. Chat publicly. As opposed to what? Chat privately. 1,000 likes. There we go, chat. Thank you so much. Now it's 1,100. Huge. Yeah, this is very much an Imola situation. Do I have a celebrating? I do, but I think we need to save it. We need to save it for the chase. I know what you're saying there. Thank you so much, Ricky McQueen. Thank you so much, Ricky, for the Canadian $5. I massively appreciate it. 1,000 likes. Thank you so much, Ricky. Please, can we like that as well? And send some claps in chat for Ricky for the $5 Canadian. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It means a lot. It goes a long way. It goes a huge amount on this channel. I can't tell you how far it goes. All of these cameras and lights and microphones and everything. Got a new message in the ticker tape now as well. 5,000 people watching us for the climax here. As Lando Norris did a 17.1. So Lando Norris taking 8/10 out of Max Verstappen there. Look at that. Look at all the likes on Ricky's post. Ricky McQueen. Love it. Here we go. Right. Where is Lando Norris? There is Verstappen. There is Norris. Are the Mercedes biding the time? As I predicted, Hamilton has got past George Russell there. Hamilton has got past George Russell. So we'll see whether the softs can hold on. Oh, look at that. Laggy, you've quoted the super chat. How have you done that? How have you quoted that super chat, Laggy? Gasly appreciation comment in there. Sherlin's from Singapore. Welcome, Sherlin. Are you going to be watching the Singapore GP? Do you have a spare apartment we can stay at and do this from your apartment? Does that work? I'm looking on board here with Lewis on Russell down the home straight. Well, Lewis came from a long way back. Hamilton and Russell here. Russell did go defensive. Oh, they almost crashed into turn one. A bit like the Ferraris. Because Russell went defensive, Hamilton went to the outside. But then Lewis... oh my goodness me. George Russell tried to take the racing line again. That was almost a huge accident. A huge one. I'm sure Toto Wolff would have been on the radio for that. Oh, how are you all quoting the super chat? I love that. Awesome. Super chat quoting is simply responding to it. Nice. New feature from YouTube there. Ray1 hello from Indonesia. Kireth, need to come to the Roval. I want to drive the Roval in real life because obviously I did win a race in the Roval in iRacing. 4 hours with my teammate Callum McIntyre. No worries, Ricky. Thank you so much. That's what you're part of the community here. Right. 5.3 seconds now with 13 laps to go. I'm not sure Lando's going to be able to do this. Unless Lando is trying to get into a new phase of his tyres. Seemingly did an Alpine. I'm not sure Lando is going to get this done. It's only 4.3 seconds to DRS, but Verstappen's just gone quicker in Sector 1. No retirements yet. Yeah, very good point. No retirements. Keep trying. 49, do you think Mercedes can have a comeback in constructors? Maybe. I mean, they're looking pretty... It's going to be very solid points here for Mercedes. Darko saying Perez is washed. Isabel says, I think it's going to be tight, but he's not going to make it. Chat, what do we think? Do we think Lando is going to catch? Do you think Lando is going to catch Verstappen here or not? Charles, I've seen this before. Lando will not going to do this. He doesn't have enough time. You thinking it's going to be Imola all over again? Virat Kohli in the chat saying Hamilton podium. Phil, I can't root against Max. Lando has to earn this win. Chai saying there's been no yellow flags. Everyone's been very well behaved. Very well behaved. You love to see it. God, I almost knocked over my server there. Everything would have come crashing down. Blim saying he can't make it. Solo, same as Imola. Ricky, is there a weather update? I'm not sure there is a weather update, but I don't think it's going to rain now to the end of the race. I think there were clouds nearby. I think there was rain nearby, just didn't hit the track. As Verstappen goes faster this time than Lando. So unless Lando's biding his time, but what a repeat this is. It's a familiar tale now, but it's a fun one, isn't it? Lando chasing down Verstappen rather than Verstappen being 20 seconds ahead. And yeah, Logan Sargent is on track. What if there's a puncture? Someone has a puncture or something. What about a tasty safety car at this stage? If there's a safety car at this stage, if you're Carlos Sainz, do you go onto the softs? Michael says, hi Mike from Mississippi. You just greet yourself there. 5-second gap to Lando. Well, really, let's be exact, it's 5.6, isn't it? Jules says Lando should have come in one lap after Max, but maybe Lando will have slightly better tyres at the end. But remember, this goes back to free practice. It goes back to how many soft tyres you use in free practice, doesn't it? And how many new tyres you have available. But I thought Lando was the driver who had the new tyres available, but he used them at the beginning and then they both went on to scrubbed. How many laps? There's a clue. There's a big one up there. Eggs, I guess, says we need a last lap fight. Hello to Amelia Adhikari from Sri Lanka. 1,200 likes absolutely blows my mind. I didn't even know that was possible. I genuinely didn't even know we could get that high. Kind of, that is such a mind-blowing figure, 1,200 likes. I don't think we've ever got that. That probably is a new like record on this channel. Notable saying no Spanish winning the case. Isabel saying gap stabilising. Lando isn't winning this. Hold that thought a little bit because Lando does go faster there. Does a PB in Sector 1. And Verstappen, let's see what's going to happen. Head Sector 2. Oh, it's pretty close between them. No, I take that back. Lando went 6/10 quicker. Lando went 6/10 quicker in Sector 1. I take it all back. I read it incorrectly. Lando's gone half a second quicker in Sector 1. It could be back on. It could be back on. Thanks, John. Appreciate it. Why is Russell on hards? Just for the banter. So, this time around, Lando put in about, what is that, 6/10 into Verstappen. Lando put 6/10 into Verstappen there. Sophie got that model for free because he did sim racing in Silverstone. Love to hear it, Sophie. Was that in a McLaren event or something? Keep an eye on this channel if you're a McLaren fan and you like sim racing. I can't announce it yet, but I've got some very exciting stuff I'm doing in that sort of area. And there's something that's already been recorded, published, produced, that's going to be released any day. I can't wait to share it when it gets released. It's not on my channels, it's on their channels. Welcome Chaba, Gita Kakur, Podcat Brian, Elias Samende, and Wayned Bradfield 7K. Wayned, that's a username there. Okay, let's see then. Verstappen 4.9 is the gap this time. Norris was faster in first sector. He was faster in the second sector. What about the third sector? Verstappen might be getting a DRS here seen from Fernando Alonso, ironically. 4.9 is the gap right now. Verstappen 18.1, Lando 17.8, 3/10. It's not going to cut it. But it's close because he only needs 4 seconds to get in DRS. So he only needs about half a second a lap, chat, I would say. He only needs half a second a lap. Been watching the Sim F1 racing. I am going to be streaming Catalunya later today in Gran Turismo on this channel, by the way. Leclerc is saying, if you can, we need to try and pick up the pace. So I don't know what they're worried about with Leclerc. Are they worried about Carlos Sainz or something? Don't know why Leclerc needs to pick up the pace here. He seems to be just in that space, but there we go. Snowder's got a 5-second penalty. Is he, surely he's well ahead of Sargent though. Yeah, it's a good point for Christopher Lee. Half a second faster than Max is certainly a large task. Yeah, I don't take anything away from that. Ferrari wash, says Virat Kohli. Well, hang on, let's hold that thought. 4.9 seconds again is the gap. So it's been a good lap this time for Verstappen. They're sort of very similar, actually, aren't they? Holding the gap as we're going to tick on over to 8 laps remaining. 8 laps remaining. Lando will see Verstappen ahead of him. down the home straight. It does crest here. I cycled this circuit on my bicycle. I cycled to Barcelona and then cycled it. And it does crest down that straight. You don't really appreciate it on TV. Laxus will be watching. Love to hear it. Okay. Hamilton ahead of Russell. Hamilton the only thing is if the tyres go off, 4.7 now is the gap. Again, Lando takes 3/10 out of Verstappen in sector 1, and Verstappen can't afford to make a mistake here. It is pressure time. Jordan saying another dull Max win. Jordan, I'm not sure you've seen the same races as here. Isn't Hamilton on used softs that are like 17 laps old? Hamilton is on some mad strat here, but it seems to be working. What about sector 2? Lando a little bit faster. Lando a little bit faster here, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Yeah, the top 3 are all on softs, David. You are correct there. I rode a London Barcelona. I did. And I rode a bicycle from London to Turkey. Before I used to stream, I just used to ride my bicycle. Right. Lando Norris, where are you? 4.8 seconds behind. Let's keep an eye on sector 1 again. What I'm thinking now, I'm thinking back to Canada 2010. Is it 2012 or 2011? Sorry. With Vettel and Jenson Button. I'm thinking back to that. I'm thinking back to Vettel, the pressure. He just cracked under the pressure. Yes, it was raining. So we'll see that. Mr. 10, have I been to F1 Arcade London? I went to the launch night and I've got the biggest video on YouTube on the F1 Arcade, my friend. If you search F1 Arcade, it's my video that comes up. That's me. Didn't I race David Coulthard or something? I can't remember. Or Mika Hakkinen. Or something like that. It's hammer time, says Ali Slug. 4.8 seconds is still the gap here. I can't see it changing. Oh, someone's gone off. Alex Albon's gone off into the gravel. So that would have been a yellow flag. So Albon went off into the gravel there. Not a safety car. What happened? Couldn't see. I missed the replay. Alex Albon went off. Welcome Glitching B. Welcome Lucas as well. We don't want anyone to crash here. We don't want anyone to crash. But if they do crash... Steven, Verstappen is not Vettel. He's way better. Well, Verstappen doesn't have as many world championships as Vettel has. So, interpret that how you would. Darko, Lando got no dog in him. Lando needs some dog inserted. Potentially. 4.4 though, the gap. I rode my bicycle to Turkey. I did ride my bicycle to Turkey. Put a tent on the back and I just cycled. Albon say, what the hell was that? The team said all okay from our side. I said, no, it's not okay. Alex Albon wasn't happy about something there. Did he get knocked off or something? Or Alex Albon was not happy with his team. The person who's just signed, driver just signed a new contract extension. So Lando this time, he did go half a second quicker in sector 1. So maybe Verstappen's struggling a little bit in sector 1. 4.5 seconds the gap, but we're just running out of time. Will Hamilton's tyres make it to the end? We'll find out one way or another. Seems to be okay right now. In fact, he's lapping half a second quicker than Russell. Russell might just have given up. It seems like Ferrari was only preparing for Monaco and not the whole season. They take it, though. You take Charles Leclerc winning at Monaco. I mean, come on. You take it. You'd sacrifice a few wins for that, wouldn't you? Norris needs hammer time. Josh hates another match win, but great commentary. Thank you so much. 4.2 is the gap now. So remember, 4.1 is the gap now. So remember, if that gap gets to a second, Lando gets DRS. Just remember. Just remember. Charles, I think Lando is going to win if he does not pit. I don't know what you're saying. If he did, he wouldn't have been able to convert. Here we go. Verstappen 4.1 seconds ahead now. Will Lando get that gap closer? Let's see. KSS Max is levitating. Leclerc might be able to pick up Russell. Yeah, that probably is why Ferrari like, hey, Charles, stop just chilling. You got an opportunity here to get into George Russell. So the hard George Russell's probably going to complain about the hard tyres here and say, why on earth did you put me on the hard tyres? Zilda Russell's happy for P4 for your cousin. Oh, well, I don't want to be the bearer of bad news, George Russell's cousin, but it might turn into a P5. We'll have to see. Seema saying Lando won't have the tyres in the end, but bearing a 3.9 now, but there's only 4 laps to go as Daniel Ricciardo did an overtake on Valtteri Bottas. Gabriella said, Lewis, let's go. Yeah, I think Lewis not going to change position here. 4 seconds still that gap. There's no denying, I think, that Lando's generally quicker in Sector 1. I'm not seeing the support, though. I'm not seeing the papaya in the chat, though. I think the papaya army don't think this one's just too far. I think the papaya might be a bit too far. That's the vibe I'm getting here. 3.9. Would you feel differently if it was 2.9? Ricardo trying to beat the washed allegations. Raina Jamaica saying 3.9 seconds Lando. Isabel, not enough laps left for Lando. Well, there's only going to be 3 laps to go. Remember, you need a lap to actually use that DRS if you get there. 3.8. Norris was 4/10 quicker. Norris at the moment will get a fastest lap bonus point as well. The papaya army's back. The papaya army's back. Snowline spotting Max though. 3.5. That's 2.5 off DRS. 2.4 off DRS. .3 off DRS. Hello. Leclerc only 1.5. 2.1 from DRS. What do we think, chat? What do we think? By the way, if you're part of the Papaya Army, if you're supporting Lando, you've got to put your support in the chat right now, because this is it. This is where moments of greatness come from. He is now 2 seconds off DRS, and he was a second a lap faster there. But this is the penultimate lap. He's only going to get one more full shot at the start-finish straight. 2.7. 2.6. It's only 2.7 seconds. I mean, the Papaya Army are giving absolutely everything here. Nothing on the table. 2.6 seconds. Anyone getting some flashbacks to Imola? 2.5. So he's not going to get DRS as we go on to the last lap. This is a little bit of mind games from Lando. Just to let Max know, hey, you know, Max, one of these days, I'm gonna get you again. One of these days, I'm gonna get you again. It is now the last lap, everyone. Last lap of Spanish 3P. It's been a really fun stream. And if you're not subscribed, please now just hit that subscribe button right now underneath me. It'll say subscribe. It's completely free. We're going to be back here next week for Austria. The weekend after that for British GP. We stream every F1 race on this channel like this. So hit that subscribe. I know that if everyone hits subscribe now, we'd hit 91k, which would be crazy. Maybe hit 100k for the end of the year. So please, please, for me, please do that. 2.5 seconds is the gap. And Leclerc is half a second off George Russell. So we're getting some interesting finishes here. I think Verstappen's going to get this done, though. But is Russell going to hold off Leclerc? Why is Hamilton not giving Russell the DRS? I guess it doesn't matter now because the start-finish straight. By the way, I think the finish line at Catalunya should be at the end of the straight. Look at the subscriber numbers. Look at. Have you ever seen anything like that? When you guys and girls, when you hit that subscribe button, it just goes mad. We might get to 91k. We should aim for 91k, I think. But there we go. Verstappen wins by 2.1 seconds in the end to Lando Norris. So just an inversion of qualifying. And Leclerc is all over George Russell here. It's 3/10, but there's no chicane anymore at the end of the circuit. And I think Leclerc is just not going to quite have enough road to get that done before the checkered flag. In fact, you can see there Russell finishes ahead 4/10 ahead of Charles Leclerc, then Carlos Sainz, then Oscar Piastri, and then it's going to be Sergio Perez, and a solid result here for Alpine. To be honest, the top 10 is pretty much as we were in many ways, isn't it? Hang on, isn't the top 10 almost exactly as we were? Red Bull still OP, but what a finish there, and with a couple of more laps, could McLaren... Okay, I just want to ask everyone, is there any way Lando could have won that race? Could he have, if he went longer on the mediums, he was on mediums, could he have had more on the softs at the end? Could he have, if he'd pitted earlier, would he have lost less track position? They would have gotten DRS earlier. Do we think Max is sandbagging, or, you know, is Max sort of just winning these races by a few seconds because he can? Has he got it in the bag? But Lando Norris P2, you know, he was right. If Verstappen makes an error there, which he just doesn't, that's the thing. We saw Alex Albon make a mistake. Like, Verstappen he doesn't make mistakes. He's just a robot. 2.2 is insane. Dart of Fire, Gasly deserved 8th place. Spleen, Max toying with them. SEMA turn 1, he lost it. Chariot's close. Yeah, I mean, I think turn 1 in the end was huge because Norris went from 1st to 3rd. Verstappen got past Russell, and then that really compromised. Norris, Lando lost more than 2.2 seconds at the beginning of the race, basically, didn't he? Lando could have won, but if that went fast, it always goes fast. It always goes fast. Chris, for that first stint was too long. David, Lando pitted too early. Well, hang on, that's the opposite of what Christopher Lee said. Let's get that summary in the ticker tape. Max gave money to Lando. That's a massive allegation there. That's a huge allegation. Gary, if he would have waited longer, the gap would have been bigger to undercut. By the way, if you're still here, you can win a rucksack. If you want to win a backpack, one of the mods can post that link in. Gary won the latest rucksack, so you can ask Gary. Ask Gary how he won. Gary, how did you win? Can you let everyone know how you managed to win it? What was the strategy? What's the Perez say? Well, Perez, I mean, yeah. It's Perez's qualifying is the issue, I think. It'd be interesting to see Perez qualifying P2, P3 and seeing what he does up there. Vincent Demboff saying McLaren now has the best car. What do we think? Do we think McLaren has the best car now? Verstappen P1, Norris P2, but Piastri P7, Perez P8. Thanks, John Hooper. Hope you enjoyed it over in Canada. And Dr. Carol Phillips in the Bahamas, if I remember. Oh, Christopher joining the membership. Thank you so much, Christopher, for becoming a member. Massively appreciate it. Thank you so much. Check out your emojis that are available now. Lucy keeps supporting. Gary won the backpack using the undercut. Yeah, the undercut is all. No worries, Rowan. No DNS today, yeah. And only a handful of yellow flags properly. Barbados, that's it. Welcome, Beal the Aviator. Mark, theoretically, had Lando got longer on the medium, I think if Lando hadn't lost the lead at the beginning of the race, he might have been able to defend more. But maybe I think DRS, without DRS, this race is quite a bit different because Russell probably holds up Verstappen longer. Melissa No Banger, Lewis P3, I'll take it. Carol, come visit sometime. I'd love to visit. Is that an invitation? Gary, can one of the mods put the link in if possible? Do we have the link? Flatka, I'm sorry, but Max is dominating. The sooner we accept that, it'll be easier for everyone to enjoy little pleasures like pole positions. Very realistic there. Thanks, David. Seema, Lewis might be regretting about going to Ferrari now. I don't know. They seem pretty similar. I mean, I think Ferrari might be heading construction, I'm not sure. Daisy, can't watch F1, but thank you so much for coverage. Keeping the sport alive. That's how we do. That's all of us here. It's a community. It's a different way of watching. Welcome, Ruck, Alphonse, Megan, Mandler, Jason, Sharon, Anton, Felicity as well. Oh, Barbados is beautiful. True, Jorge, William, Adash, Reggie, Cobley, Blue Wings, Renato, Zan, Lewis Mendes, and Terence. And there's the backpack there. The code is Kireth Spain. Kireth Spain is the code. And I think it ends tonight, by the way. I think GT Omega will draw that on Monday. And then I'll open it again for the giveaway for Austria. We're just giving away a backpack every race. Thanks, Emmo. Isabel, Lando not happy. He should nail the start. I think if I don't know why the P1's not on the inside. Why would you not put P1 on the inside? Because it looks like Lando and Max had a fairly similar start. But yeah, another win for Verstappen here. And he's earning them now. He's earning them. It's great to see. But Lando knows that he can put the pressure on. Where Previn's not happy. Why are you not happy, Where Previn? What's the championship standings now? I'm not sure. We should get them. I want to, for the next one, have it so I can press the button and live standings will come on. Professor blames Sargent for not crashing. You honestly, if Sargent had crashed, it would have benefited someone. Lando's now second in the championship, so he's overtaken Leclerc. Gary, you yes, I am streaming later. I'm streaming at, I think, 7:30 UK time. I'm sim racing in F1 in Gran Turismo, in our community league, so in the Kireth Community Racing F1 League. Thanks, Mark Johnson. So Verstappen's giving his interview now. These races must be more satisfying for Verstappen. I personally know when I go racing and in real life, if I win it and it's a close battle and I win it over the line, when I get my trophy, I'm actually like, yes. Whereas if there wasn't any real competition, then I'm just like, get my trophy. I'm like, oh, yeah, nice. Yeah, by the way, the overtake from Russell, P1, one of the best overtakes of the season. McLaren losing so many points from driver errors. Well, Piastri just had a terrible qualifying, really, wasn't it? It's a really bad qualifying for for Piastri, sorry. Sandil Lloyd Rathete says, my take is we should wait until Lewis gets to Ferrari before we say Max is dominating. Yeah, and honestly, next season could be very tasty. Next season could be an all-time season. Because remember, regs are going to change in 26. So this is next season is going to be last season on current regs. And it looks like everyone's catching up because people see what's working. They look at Red Bull like, oh, okay, that works. We'll try it. And they add it, and then at the top it gets closer, I think. Thanks, Christopher. Chai saying the same thing. The rest of the teams are caught up, making the wins that much more sweet. NAS saying, great race for Lando. I still wonder how Yuki could have gotten in the points. Yuki in the points. You can replay that one on F1 Man. That should be a scenario in F1 Manager. MR10 saying F1 is getting boring because of Verstappen. That's what they're saying at Silverstone. Lando looks quite, Lando's sort of elevating himself above the rest. And by the way, I say Lando is really elevating himself above Oscar Piastri. And last season, and at the beginning of this season, I was saying I think Oscar is his stock is higher than Lando's, if you remember. But now I think Lando is just so clear of Oscar. So clear. Thanks, DMZ. Yeah, that must be the Briatore effects. Obviously something interesting has happened. As the fans stream onto the circuit for the podium ceremony. Snowline saying the racing is very good. To be honest, you're completely right. I shouldn't take it for granted. The racing right now is as good as it's been since 2021. So this is as good as the racing as we're having the best racing now for 3 years. And we shouldn't take it for granted. Norris ran out of laps, but it's a similar story at Imola, isn't it? Similar story. I'm loving this battle, and I think, you know, I'm already thinking Austria, Red Bull's home race, but what if Lando can get it on pole? It could be a great race then. It's an interesting circuit. Could be a fantastic race. Oops. Welcome comes HMB Mark. I'm just going to see the reactions here. Lewis Hamilton, by the way, in third. Why did George Russell go on the medium tyres? I'm not sure. There's loads of balloons. There's a inflatable unicorn on the circuit. Alumni, was Norris better pitting before MB? Who's MB? Mean Verstappen? Christopher, Lando will definitely get another win before the end of the season. I'm calling it. What about Vegas? By the way, let's say Lando got it on pole in Monaco, and I don't think the McLarens were there, but let's say he got it on pole and he won Monaco from pole. Lando could be a lot closer to Max here in the championship. But let's make no bones about it. Max Verstappen has extended his lead in the championship here, notwithstanding that Lando got the bonus point. Thanks, Chai. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for joining. Snowlines of court is a Max fan, but cheers for Lando as well. How could you not cheer for both? You don't need to pick and choose like that. Although, didn't I call someone out in chat earlier for that? Being on the fence. Right, Lewis Hamilton's doing the post-race interview. That was a really fun race. I mean, I think Silverstone as a two-stopper, I think the races need to be two-stoppers. I think in Formula 1, it shouldn't be you need to use the opposite tyre. It should be you need to use every tyre in the race. Chat, how would that work? What do we think about that as a strategy? Thanks for roast beef, Al. Thanks, Isabel. Yeah, we'll be back next week. Double header next week, so I think we'll probably stream Portland Formula E as well. Still got lots of videos to come from Formula E stuff. Oh, the unicorn's been pushed around. Is Lando looking that? I think Lando, the thing is, right, Lando and Max sitting next to each other in the green room. Lando knows he's just been beaten here by Max. So it could be a real rivalry here. We kind of need them to fall out a little bit. They shouldn't be such good mates. Thanks, Seema. Snowline, we're planning to go to Austria next year. Sadly, I was 2-6-10 this year. Fingers crossed I'll make it next year. Fingers crossed, that'd be great, Snowline. To have you down on the ground in Austria next year. Thanks, Gnarly. Lewis Hamilton's in the cool-down room as well. The old guard.
Keep trying.
He's looking at the beginning here. They're looking at Lando's looking at squeezing Max. It's a bit awkward. But then George Russell out of nowhere. Literally out of nowhere. Look, George got such a good slip. Oh my goodness. It's such a good move from Russell turn one. It's a move worthy of converting into a race win. So I feel like George Russell's going to be really annoyed here that somehow he was in the lead of the Grand Prix and he's ended up fourth. We haven't really spoken about this yet. Thanks, Snowline. Tell us about the bicycle trip. Oh my goodness, where do you start with that? Who's my favourite driver? I don't really have a favourite driver, to be honest. I don't have a favourite. But I think George... you wouldn't begrudge George like winning that race because of that move. That's a good enough move to win a Grand Prix, in my opinion. From fourth place, from fourth to first. When's the last time someone went from fourth to first, by the way? Right, the floating podium here. Who is... Why are they going to move this from... Do I need to end the stream? Why did they... Are they going to move the Grand Prix here from Catalonia? I don't know. Right, chat, I was moving furniture earlier, and I think some of the furniture has just fallen over. So I need to go and inspect it. So I would hang around and watch the podium ceremony as soon as Hamilton comes. But I'm going to love you and leave you here as Lando comes on. Lando looks really tired, by the way. I think he was giving it everything. And we're going to be back tonight, and we're going to be back tomorrow as well. So I'm going to move this furniture again off the floor, which is going to enable me to shoot a lot more content for you. Thank you so much for your support, by the way. It's so good that I stream most weekends doing this wherever I am in the world. And I'm going to sim race tonight as well on stream. It's really good for... I really enjoy it. It's really good for us for the community. So, yeah, it's been good. It's been a great Grand Prix to follow. These sort of races, you want to follow with the data, I think. I think it's more about the data than seeing how someone's doing the laps, if that makes sense. But thanks so much, everyone. Thanks, Black Casimo, Yolanda, Lucy, Clickrock, Ahmad, Asad, MR10, Beef and Barley. Thanks so much, everyone. Really appreciate it. 1,324 likes, so everyone can feel so good about themselves. 10 gifted memberships and a donation, and almost 91,000 subscribers. We are now pushing to that 100k. Goodness me. Yeah, I will see you later tonight, hopefully for a fun, chilled out stream. Sim racing at Catalonia, by the way. I'm going to be driving this circuit. I will see you then. Thank you so much.